After literally screaming at her personal trainers,
"Get the out! Do not ever come back to my house again!"
and then slamming the laptop shut on Dr. Now when he tries to talk to her about it.
"You gave me. I'm done. Goodbye. Here, I'm done."
Lisa from season 10 is one of the most disgusting and disrespectful stars I've ever seen on my 600-pound life. And considering she lives in absolute filth and needs to cook food from the side of her bed, you would think she would be doing everything in her power to change. But that would not be the case. Lisa Eberson is 51 years old and weighs over 637 pounds. It's quite surprising that Lisa's actually made it to over 50 at her current weight, as most stars would end up dying due to their obesity long before this age.
I've got to say, I get up every morning, except for the fact that I can't get up out of this bed. It's been about 3 years that I've been in bed. Randy's time to get up. Oh. It makes me feel because I can't do anything. Oh. I hate being here. I hate being in this house because I hate being stuck in a house. I hate myself. I just feel like I've let myself down and everybody around me.
Lisa has been bedbound for over 3 years now and completely relies on her boyfriend Randy to take care of everything for her. Lisa also has to take a large quantity of medicine every single morning for her obesity related illnesses, which is literally an entire bag full of medicine. With Lisa not being able to get out of bed, Randy has to do all of the cooking for Lisa, and with her size needing at least 8,000 calories a day to be maintained, you have to wonder what Randy's making for her and how big the portion sizes are.
Well, for breakfast, I cook her eggs and toast and give her cereal. And sometimes cottage cheese. Makes me upset because I don't want her eating that stuff, but I don't want to make her mad, so I give it to her. Lisa gets upset all the time because she wants to get up out of bed and do things, and she starts crying. It makes me upset because I love her with all my heart. Sometimes I hug her, and other times I tell Lisa it'll be okay. I'm her biggest cheerleader.
Randy seems to have the same excuse that many other enablers on the show have. They feed out of love and the fear of upsetting their partner. But how far can love actually go when you really just slowly killing them with food? Now, with his breakfast, Randy brings a portable stove and a pan over to Lisa so she can cook at the side of her bed, which does make her a little bit responsible for her diet.
When you turn to food for comfort, it's like your best friend. You know, you can eat it and you can cuss while you're eating it and tell them everything you're doing, and it's not going to talk back to you and it's not going to judge you. Food makes you feel good while you're eating it. Makes you happy. But then by the time you're done, you feel so guilty. It's like it wasn't worth it. Or eating all that food because you know that food's killing you. You know how bad it is? It's absolutely terrible. And food becomes your best friend. It's your only friend. But it's always there. I mean, I've tried like not eating so much and stuff like that, but I'm a stress eater. So whenever I'm stressed out or something, I eat.
The absolute mountain of food that Lisa is stuffing her face with is actually comical. She can't even get it in her mouth fast enough. She seems to have an entire packet of bacon, a whole tray of eggs, and honestly, it looks like an entire loaf of bread too. With the food piling so high on her chest, it doesn't even look like she can see over it. The fact that Lisa's also making and frying food next to her bed is honestly just disgusting. I hate the smell of bacon in my house, and when I'm cooking bacon, I have to have all of the doors and windows open and have the extractor fan on. I don't even want to think about how bad her tiny room must stink of old food, and I highly doubt that those bed sheets are getting washed anytime soon, given that she's constantly in bed just eating food all day. And speaking of the smell in her bed sheets, it's about to get a whole lot worse when you find out that Lisa just wets herself in the bed too.
I feel bad because sometimes my bedding gets wet. And then we have to change the bedding. You know, it's kind of stressful. I have to use the bathroom with stress on my body.
Sorry.
Oh, you don't get as good as you can. We have to change the bedding. So yeah, I'm stressed a lot. And then if it's bath time, we'll take a bath.
You ready to roll over?
Yeah. Oh. Get some soak and rags and wash my legs and rinse them off. It's a long process because we have to wash and then I have to dry everything. I've always wanted to lose weight. I just never knew how to lose weight. Nobody wants to be like this. And if they do, they're crazy.
It doesn't even look like there's a sheet on the bed, so Lisa is just lying on a towel draped over the mattress. And obviously this isn't enough to protect the mattress, and there needs to be some sort of plastic sheet there because the bed must just stink. Now Lisa's food intake just seems to get worse throughout the day too, as for dinner it looks like she has 1 or 2 entire pizzas with a full packet of Doritos. Growing up, Lisa can always remember just turning to food as a source of comfort. Unfortunately, her dad was an alcoholic, and she struggled a lot with feeling safe in her family home, so would just turn to food for comfort. When her dad left and abandoned the family, her mother had to pick up more shifts, so Lisa would just spend most of the time home alone eating food. Things just went from bad to worse for Lisa as well, as she was assaulted while staying at a friend's house and never told anyone about it. She would turn to food even more to cope, claiming that she spent her whole teenage years crying and eating. When Lisa was 16, she already weighed over 300 pounds and started drinking pretty heavily. After a series of bad boyfriends, she met Randy when she was 40 years old at the supermarket, and they've been together ever since.
What stood me about Lisa is her personality. She was fun and beautiful. I love everything about Lisa. I miss her being there with me. That's how I feel about that. We used to go down to the park and she'd hold on the back of her wheelchair and she'd walk around on that. We used to go fishing all the time. She'd go to the store with me. She'd go to the doctor's with me. I do feel lonely all the time when I go out and she can't go with me. Especially when I go to the doctor, I need her there for support. My biggest hope and dream for her is to get up out of bed, let's go do stuff, and eventually get married.
Hearing Randy's side of the story is pretty heartbreaking too, as he's never left the house in over 3 years, and her mental health has been deteriorating ever since, leaving him to just pick up the pieces.
About 8-9 years, Randy and I spent a lot of time going places and doing things. We were never home. Most of the time I'm covered up, and I really didn't even, look at myself. I don't really think I ever really noticed it until my legs and feet and stuff started hurting so bad. And Matthew said, "Mom, you're getting fat."
Lisa's weight gain really crept up on her, as slowly she stopped being able to do things she enjoyed, like going out with Randy.
Doctor told me if I stood on my ankle, it was gonna puncture the skin. The bones were gonna go through my skin. Started staying in bed, and I never got out of bed. By that time, I know I had to weigh about 600. Been here ever since.
With no other options but to lose the weight to avoid literally dying, Lisa makes an appointment with Dr. Now.
Hi, Lisa. I'm Dr. Jordan.
Hello,
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Well, nice to meet you.
You too.
As I understand it, you're reaching to me because of your weight and the fact that you're bedridden.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is your weight?
637.
You look like you could be a little bigger than that. So, how old are you?
I'm 51.
So, what is your mobility?
I can't get out of bed unless I get someone to help me get in a wheelchair.
So, how long you been in bed?
3 to 4 years.
You didn't think you should try to lose weight and get out of that bed?
No, I guess not.
So, you didn't know what the problem was in 3-4 years?
Well, yeah, I knew I like to snack a lot and eat a lot.
But you're not the person you go to pantry and get your snack. Who's bringing you your snack?
Well, when I could get up and walk, I'd get them myself. But now Randy brings me everything I eat.
So that is called an enabler over there. So when you got an enabler over there, enable you to eat all the high-calorie food. How are we going to change that?
Well, we
Somebody that's interested to keep you in the bed?
no,
He can be your provider. He bring you the food and you're obligated to eat.
no.
Who cooks the food?
Randy and I cook it together.
How are you going to cook in the bed?
I got an electric skillet that I sit on the side of the bed and cook.
So you cook food in the bed?
Well, yeah, I sit in the bed and put the skillet on the side and cook.
That sounds dangerous. Randy take care of you full time?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you willing to do to save your life?
I'm gonna follow whatever you tell me to do, and he's gonna make sure of it.
I hope so, because your health will start to deteriorate rapidly if anything's happened to you.
Dr. Now comes off as really harsh, I think, in this introduction call with Lisa, but as this is a later season, because it's in season 10, I think he's just sick of hearing his patients reel off a huge list of excuses and wants to get straight to the point. It's pretty scary too how he thinks Lisa must be over 637 pounds, and given that she's bedridden, I'd probably be inclined to agree with him too. Normally patients that are bedridden tend to be over 700 pounds, and the danger with being bedridden is that it's so easy to keep gaining weight because you're not moving at all. When you're hardly burning any calories, the weight can easily pile on and stay there. But I mean, in reality, if you're eating over 10,000 calories a day anyway, no matter how much you move, you're gonna gain weight. As Lisa is bedbound and lives around 15 hours away from Houston, her only option in getting to see Dr. Now in person is through losing enough weight at home first and starting to walk again, so that it will be safe enough to travel the long distance. Lisa has to lose at least 75 pounds in a month, and Dr. Now schedules a PT for Lisa to help her get out of bed and start walking. Now, this comes as quite a shock for Lisa, as she finally has to take responsibility for the serious harm she's done to her body over the last few years, and she struggles with the reality of the situation.
He's right about one thing already. I'm gonna run out of time if we don't do something.
We're gonna do it.
I'm so mad at myself.
You be mad at me, not yourself.
You did not put that food in my mouth already. How many times I have to tell you that? Nobody did this to me.
I
but
gave
me.
it to you.
So what? You could bring me 10 pizzas in here, but unless I choose to eat them, then I shouldn't be eating them. This is nobody's fault but my own. I basically killed myself.
Oh, both of us killed you.
No, I did.
We're gonna get you out of this.
The problem with Lisa is that up until now, she showed absolutely no effort to lose any of the weight before, or even try to get out of bed. All of the habits she's created, like being washed in her bed, going to the toilet in her bed, and having the stove next to her bed, has created the perfect situation for Lisa to stay in bed. When Lisa wanted to cook but couldn't get out of bed, she should have done everything she could to get out, rather than just make herself more comfortable by getting a portable cooker so she can stay in bed. I don't know how many times I've just said bed there, but situations like this just really frustrate me, because she's just making zero effort at all. It'll be a really big uphill battle for Lisa, as there's a huge part of her that just wants to stay in her bed, and given her age, I think she'll struggle with motivation quite a lot. Dr. Now has given Lisa all the tools she needs to lose the weight, but it'll be completely up to her to put the plan into action. But just a couple of weeks into the program, and she's already starting to complain.
The diet is confusing. He wants me to eat a lot of protein, no carbs, but he don't want me to eat like fat stuff, a lot of hamburger. My sister Robin cleaned my house out for me. Got rid of all the junk food. I filled my kitchen with healthy stuff. Whatever. I'm just gonna, like I said, pray to God and hope that Randy will help me figure out what to eat, what not to eat, and the servings, and we can make this work together.
I don't understand what Lisa means by the diet is confusing. It's high protein and no carb. It's actually really straightforward, because there's only probably like 3 meals on there. I think it really just shows how unaware Lisa is of what she's actually eating. And when she sends Randy to the shop to get her some food for the new diet, she really falls short on the list.
Hi, honey.
What do you want to get?
I don't know. Go get some cookies.
How many do you want?
Get like 6 or 7 cookies. Get some peanut butter cookies. A 6-pack of them if they got them.
You want bacon cheddar? You want jalapeno cheddar?
Just grab one of each one. Go get some cereal too, babe. We need about 7 boxes of cereal, so keep track of what you throw in there. Get something with sugar on it, since you're standing right there. Get some of that peanut butter right up there. Okay, now go to the candy aisle, and then we're gonna go to the chip aisle.
Where's the chip aisle right now?
Oh, well, get chips while you're standing there. I don't know, get 5 bags. You might just get a couple jars of that dip too.
All right, what else you need?
Go to this soda aisle. Get like 8 cases of pop. Just grab any of it. It'll get drinking. Okay, and then go over and get like 6 frozen pizzas. And get a pack of corn dogs too.
I don't see corn dogs.
All right, just grab 4 bags of pizza roll and get out of there.
All right, I'm leaving.
All right, babe, that's all we need. So I'm gonna see you when you get here.
All right.
Okay, love you. Bye.
The amount of food in that trolley honestly looks like something from a comedy skit. It's filled to the brim with cookies, crisps, pizzas, and sugary drinks, and just ultra processed junk. It doesn't look like there's anything in there actually on the diet plan. No fresh meat or vegetables at all. Honestly, it feels like she's just completely forgotten about her meeting with Dr. Now and just thrown the diet plan out of the window.
Well, I can do the exercise and diet Dr. Now wants me to do, but not today.
Honestly, if not today, then when? Because with that grocery haul Lisa has now, she has enough food to last at least a few weeks, although she can probably go through it a lot quicker than that. So it seems like Lisa is just delaying the start of her diet instead of actually following through it. And honestly, I'd hate to think how expensive that food shop must have been too, and it must have been at least a few $100s. But I'm sure some Americans in the comments can help us out and estimate how much all that food would have been.
It's been about a month since I talked to Dr. Now. I got Dr. Now's books and the paper he sent. Yes, I understand everything they want me to do.
Lisa is outright lying to the cameras now as well, saying that she's doing everything they asked of her, while at the same time eating an entire family's worth of food. It seems like she's just throwing some weights around while the cameras are filmed, and honestly not much else. And while Lisa struggles with her weight, Randy's also suffering with some health issues of his own.
Randy, my arms hurt.
So my chest.
I know your chest hurts. keep telling you, go to the doctor, but you won't go. I love Randy because we've been together forever, and he's really good to me. He does a lot of stuff that a lot of men wouldn't do, and I appreciate him for it. You want to go to the hospital, babe?
I think I have to.
Lay down for a little bit and see if that'll help out.
I got pain in my left leg.
I don't think Randy's jealous. He's afraid if I lose weight that I'll leave him, because then I won't need him, you know? Right now, he does basically everything for me, and if I can start doing it by myself, then I think he's gonna feel like I'm not gonna need him anymore. But I mean, that's not the case, because when we first met, I did everything for myself. We got different personalities, though. He's really quiet. He doesn't talk to people. He's not around people, and I'm the opposite. I like to be around people, and I like to go out and do things, and he's not like that. And you know damn good well, if I lose some weight, my butt's going out. See ya! I tell him every day my expectations for myself in 1 year is to lose enough weight to get out of this bed, because I got a date with my granddaughter to take her to the fair, and I do not plan on missing that date. So that's my plans.
Lisa talks so flippantly about her plans post-weight loss, while it genuinely looks like Randy's having some sort of medical crisis. Chest pain is the biggest red flag you can get in the medical context, especially combining that with leg pain. These are serious signs of a heart attack. Although Randy doesn't end up having a heart attack, it's clear his needs and issues are ignored by Lisa, who is clearly just a selfish person. We see more of this when Lisa refuses to see the PT every time they come to see her, and Dr. Now has to call her to find out what's going on.
Hey, Lisa, what are you doing in bed?
Sitting here doing nothing.
That's the problem I'm calling about. You keep refusing PT and you're not working with them to get up. So last time I talked to you, you said you could sit and get to the side of bed if you had help. And we send PT to help you start to do that, to build up your stamina. But you refuse to cooperate with them. So what's going on?
I never said I'd sit on the side of the bed. You must got me confused with someone else.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you can't get up and walk, how do you expect to come to Houston?
I'm supposed to be coming tomorrow.
How in the world you're in the bed? You're gonna come with the bed and move that bed from where you are to the Houston?
No, the ambulance people are going to help me get in the van, and then I'm going to come down there and see you.
That's medical transport, and I told you that's too risky. But that's okay. I don't think you are really planning on doing that. So what do you have done to change your eating habit and lose some weight? I send you my book and all the instructions you need.
I don't quite understand your book and what kind of diet you want me to be on.
Then you haven't read it, because there is only one diet in there. You read the stuff where you will understand that you eat only 3 times a day, only about 400 calories, high protein, and you avoid all the high calorie food list that we send you. Which part of that is hard to understand?
I'm confused all the way around, I guess.
You're confused. Okay. I think the reality is you're playing games and pretending to be confused, because you still want to eat whatever you want whenever you want. So we need to cut the food off at the source. Where is your enabled boyfriend so I can talk to him and see why he's overfeeding?
Just a minute, I'll hand him the computer. Here, babe.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right.
So you're the one who brings Lisa all the food that's killing her. So why are you doing that?
I bring her a whole lot. I bring her some.
She hasn't lost any weight over the last month. She's still over 600 pounds. So you're not feeding her a little. You're feeding her a lot. If you give her a protein bath, then she should be able to lose enough weight to get out of the bed. But she's not able to do that. So why are you overfeeding her?
And she asked me not to get it for her.
So if she asks you, you're obligated to bring it to her?
Yes.
What happens if you don't bring it? Is she gonna get up and go get it?
Randy, you have to talk to him because this is important. This is about saving my life. You can't just not talk to the
I'm
man.
not to overfeed you.
You need to finish talking to him.
I'm done talking to him.
We both know we're both doing wrong, so I mean, he's only trying to help
There's nothing we
us.
can do now except get you down there. I've been trying to cut your food down until you know.
Doctor, now he don't want to talk to you no more.
Well, that may be the only problem. that you got some enabler to bring you a lot of food. He doesn't want to stop doing that because he likes to overfeed you for whatever reason. And as long as he brings it to you, then you gotta be in the bed. And if you both aren't willing to stop this unhealthy behavior, nothing is gonna change. And if that's the case, what is the point you're trying to see us? What do you think we gotta do magically to make you lose weight?
Well, no, I know you're not going to magically lose weight, that I got to do it myself, and he's going to have to help me do it.
And you don't have a lot of time to waste, and you're gonna run out of time soon.
I know.
I can't blame Randy for not wanting to speak to Dr. Now, because it's clear that Lisa's just trying to pin a lot of the blame on him. I think Randy honestly just wants an easy life, and he looks like he's in pain a lot of the time. I don't think he actually has the strength to fight Lisa, and to be honest, I think someone should be looking after him as well as her. When Lisa starts to fight Dr. Now, saying that she really is trying, the waterworks obviously start.
So what are you trying to say, Lisa?
I'm trying to tell you I need help, but I want it.
Well, the help that you want, we're giving you the help, you're not taking it. The help you want is to stop eating and stop overeating and killing yourself with the food, and we give you opportunity to do that. And you're not doing that, and you want us to help you.
I'm doing the best I can.
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Crying and trying to tantrum is not going to be a solution for the
I'm not throwing no tantrum, Dr. Now.
But you are. You know, we gave you all you need to start making the changes you need, and you have every opportunity to make progress this past month. So why you haven't done that?
I don't know.
Well, what is the point of calling us and you're not doing anything you're supposed to?
I do want the help.
So what kind of help do you need?
I don't know, Dr. Now. I just know I need help losing weight and getting out of this bed.
We send you the diet. You need to do it and work with PT. If you want any more help, you think you can do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, let me talk to him again.
The most frustrating thing about Lisa is that she's crying and complaining, blaming everyone around her, but hasn't even done one thing to contribute to her weight loss. I haven't seen her eat one healthy meal at all, and while she has lifted a few weights now and then, it clearly hasn't made a difference. Things only continue to get worse for Lisa when she cancels every single appointment with the dietitian Dr. Now got for her. Annoyed that she's wasting both time and resources, Dr. Now tells Lisa not to cancel the next appointment. It's so important for Lisa to see the dietitian, given that she was so confused about Dr. Now's diet plan in the first place. If she really wanted to become educated on how to eat properly, then she should buy my cookbook and subscribe to my channel, because I talk about obese people a lot and look at where they're going wrong in their lives. The second best option though would be to see the dietitian that Dr. Now was set up for her. Even when the dietitian does arrive, Lisa is pretty rude and uninviting. She doesn't even sit up in bed or get out of the covers when the dietitian Emily tries to speak to her.
How's your day going so far?
Fine. I probably won't even answer your questions, to be honest with you.
I just want to get to know you a little bit, okay? Can you tell me about yourself?
I don't know. Ain't really nothing to tell.
Well, we didn't just end up here today, right?
No.
What's some of your story?
I don't know.
Can you tell me about just growing up and what food was like for you?
I don't know. We ate regular meals.
Yeah. Did you get the diet that Dr. Now had
Nope.
provided?
No diet, no nothing.
Okay. You haven't talked to him at all?
Yeah, I've talked to him.
Okay. What has he provided for you when you met with him?
Nothing but rudeness. I refuse to talk to that man again, too. I don't need to be made like I'm a piece of from someone who's supposed to be helping me.
You're not a piece of...
Well, that's not how they make you feel.
At this point, Lisa is just straight up lying to Emily. She said she doesn't get anything from Dr. Now, which doesn't make sense, because we've heard her talking earlier about how the diet was confusing and doesn't make any sense. So, which one is it, Lisa? You didn't get a diet plan, or it didn't make sense, or you're just incredibly lazy.
What types of things do you like to snack on?
Just depends on whatever's around. I don't have a choice.
Okay, so what kind of foods get brought into the house?
I don't know.
Well, what do you eat on a day-to-day basis?
I don't know. I had oatmeal and toast for breakfast.
You like to eat snack food, so what type of snack food?
I don't know. I don't eat chips. I used to never. I don't know. I don't know what I eat. I just eat whatever people give me.
And now the waterworks start yet again, and Lisa continues to lie, seemingly starting to blame her entire situation on Randy. She says she doesn't know what she eats or what food gets brought into the house, when she literally speaks to Randy on the phone and tells him exactly what to buy. Getting nowhere with Lisa, Emily turns to speak to Randy, and honestly, I just feel so bad for her because both Lisa and Randy are so rude and standoffish to her.
Lisa, do you mind if I ask Randy some questions?
Ask all you want.
Okay. Randy, are you familiar with the recommendations that Dr. Now has made? No? Okay.
He hasn't made none. He doesn't
Okay,
do
okay.
anything that make
Can-
you feel like a piece of...
Can I tell you about those recommendations?
No.
So I think the overall goal is that we're promoting some weight loss to be able to help get you to Houston to get help. Is that correct?
I'm not going to Houston.
Okay. So overall, though, you have the goal of you're wanting to lose weight so that you can get out of bed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think is contributing to continuing to gain weight? Or
I don't know.
If I was Emily in this situation, I would have just got up and left. She doesn't deserve to be spoken to this way, and it's clear she's not getting any answers from her. They're acting like they're doing Emily a favour by letting her in, when in reality, they should be grateful that she wants to spend some time there. When Emily tries to probe a little bit deeper as to why Lisa isn't answering the questions, Lisa explodes and kicks her out the house.
Lisa, if you want to make change, I'm gonna need you to engage with me.
But I don't know.
So you've not struggled with.
What is this going to do me any good with you just coming here and talk? This is not even what a nutritionist has done. I've seen nutritionists before.
Lisa, this is my specialty of working with people who struggle in their relationship with food. This is what I do every day.
They're wasting my time.
What would you rather be doing?
I don't know. Leave me alone, lady.
Sometimes when we get angry and frustrated, we want to blame other people and have them take
Okay, this is over with. Get out. I'm done talking to you. Give me my book. I don't blame nobody for anything that's happened to me.
Lisa, is part of you afraid of getting help?
Just get away from me. Get the out. Do not ever come back to my house again.
Clearly, Lisa is not committed to her weight loss at all, not even 1%. She refuses to accept that she is the problem, blaming her bad choices on everyone around her. She admits she doesn't know anything about having a healthy diet, yet outright refuses to engage and accept any help. Even hours after Emily has left, Lisa is still worked up from her argument.
And then I also told them I cannot do physical therapy after 3:30. So what are we going to do about that? I set that up at 6:30 at night. Dr. Now, he knew good and well I cannot do anything after that. So that's disrespect on his part. And then I'm supposed to respect this man? No. It's all disrespect towards me, but it's okay to respect me because I'm fat. Where is my respect?
Lisa is complaining that Dr. Now is scheduling appointments too late in the day, but when the PT arrives at 6:30 PM, Lisa still isn't really in the mood.
Bring your in.
Hi there, Lisa.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. My name is Stacy, and I am a physical therapist. So how about can we do a little chatting first, just to...
You got 5 minutes.
Okay.
Without lifting her eyes from her phone and giving P. Stacy 5 minutes to explain why she's there, Lisa is the absolute epitome of rude. I actually really cringed at this part too, because I just hate when people are so blatantly rude. And I've got to say, both the dietitian Emily and PT Stacy are both young, good-looking women, so I can't help but think that Lisa might be a little bit jealous of them too.
So how about this? What goals do you have as far as physically with physical therapy? What can physical therapy help you
There's
with?
nothing you can do for me.
Have you had physical therapy in the past? Are you interested in any type of exercises that you can do in bed?
No.
I'd like to help you.
You are not supposed to be here this late. How is that fair? You are not supposed to come this late. I really don't have anything to say to you or anything I want to do. You wasted your time. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
I have some resistance bands out in my vehicle. If it's something that you'd like to, I can bring in here and show you a couple things that you can do.
I'm not having you show me anything. If you got some papers, I'll take them and I'll figure it out later on.
Okay. I don't have any papers with me, but my plan was just to see what we can do today, and then I can get you papers.
And I have to give credit to Emily and Stacy as well, as they both stay a little longer after Lisa screamed in their faces, just to see if there was anything else they could do to get a bit more information out of her, which is more than I would have done in that situation. If I heard Lisa shout like that when I knocked at the door, I literally just would have turned around and left. Stacy tries to get a better understanding of how mobile Lisa is, and gets completely cut off.
Even just raising your arms up overhead and coming back down
Oh my God, never mind. Thank you for coming. That's the end of it. Bye-bye. Thank you. And this is why my family don't with white people no more.
Very, very curious as to why Lisa says at the end there, this is why my family doesn't fuck with white people no more. This really doesn't make sense. They were both just two nice women who wanted nothing more than to help Lisa, but clearly she doesn't say it that way. After seeing those interactions, I'm confident that Lisa is honestly just a miserable, disgusting person. After hearing about how Lisa kicked off with both of the professionals that came to see her, Dr. Now arranges a video call with Lisa to get to the bottom of what happened.
Dr. Now's a lie because he claimed he sent me a diet and he never did. He makes the devil look good.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm all right.
So what's going on with you?
Nothing.
That seems to be what you do best. Because you're clearly not doing the diet. And you still haven't cooperated with PT. So why is that?
I still don't understand no diet. I don't understand your book. It didn't have no diet in that I seen.
You don't understand to eat less? Is that hard to understand that?
No. I guess it is. I don't know.
So why aren't you eating less?
I don't know.
Okay, and
You can't tell me anything, so don't bother wasting your time.
Is what?
Nothing. I'm not talking to you.
Why haven't you been working with physical therapy?
I don't know.
Well, you know, Lisa, if you don't make any changes, you're not going to be able to get out of your bed, and your condition is going to deteriorate, and you're not going to survive that. And
Oh, wow.
you know that, right?
Yeah.
So you need to stick with a healthy eating habit, and you need to do your physical therapy.
The one lady that did come, she says I'm too fat and she don't know how to work with me.
That's not what happened. You refused to work with her every time she came, and now you're lying to manipulate the situation. If you want to survive and not die in that bed, you're going to have to do your own part. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But the simplest of things are hard to understand for Lisa, and when Dr. Now hits a home truth, Lisa erupts, slamming the laptop shut and ending the call.
You have to decide to change your life. But I think what you're expecting is for someone else to do the work for you and giving to your manipulation. So Lisa, we've given you everything to change your life, but then you have to do your own part.
What you gave me? I'm done. Goodbye. Here, I'm done. I'm done.
It's clear that Lisa doesn't like to ever feel uncomfortable, and as soon as she does, she has to leave the situation immediately. Lisa thought she could manipulate the situation from the beginning, always planning to have the weight loss surgery without having to lose any weight beforehand. I don't think she ever changed her diet one bit, as she actually doesn't seem to care to live anymore. It's sad to say, but I think Lisa at this point is just completely hopeless. It can either go one of two ways. Lisa can lose some weight to be in a position to travel to Houston for the surgery, or she will just die from her weight. A few months later, Lisa and Randy both contract COVID and are hospitalized, given they both have very fragile immune systems.
My boyfriend, he got real sick and they actually had to come and take him out because he was unconscious. So after that, they're like, you know, they think he has COVID. You really got to go get tested. So I called an ambulance and they came and got me and took me to the hospital and said, yeah, you got COVID and this is where I winded up at.
Randy's case was so severe that he actually ended up passing away, leaving Lisa alone. After not speaking to Dr. Now for 4 months, Lisa decides to try and call him again.
He was a good man. I think it's going to be very hard to go home because Randy's not there. We got to go home to that empty house where I'm used to him being there and all of his stuff there, and he's just not going to be there.
The only good news to come out of the hospital is that Lisa recovered from COVID and ended up losing over 80 pounds in a month simply because there was no one to bring her massive amounts of food anymore. After the call with Dr. Now, Lisa has 2 friends who will be helping her in Randy's absence, and she agrees to give the weight loss another go. I think the loss of Randy really put things into perspective for Lisa and obviously terrified her, as she is really lucky to have survived COVID given her weight. It's sad that it had to come to this for Lisa though to realise the reality of her situation. Back at home, Lisa's friend goes through Dr. Now's diet plan and agrees to help Lisa with it. She also encourages Lisa to start exercising at home too, which is more than she's ever done before.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10. This arm is weak.
You got this.
Okay, now we have to do the leg ones. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, now I'm wore out. Let me check my oxygen since I've got no oxygen on.
It's scary to think just how immobile Lisa actually is. Imagine being stuck in a bed like that and being barely able to move your arms without being completely exhausted. A few weeks later, Lisa also agrees to speak to a therapist, which she does over a video call. She's pretty open with him surprisingly and ends up getting emotional as soon as Randy is mentioned.
Randy was one of those people who would do anything and everything for you.
He was pretty committed to seeing you get out of that bed, I bet.
Yeah.
I want you to hang on to that, because I think that probably the best way you can remember Randy is by losing weight. What are the tears about?
I just want to get out of this bed. I want my life back. I want to be able to go do things with my grandchildren and,
Lisa, it's meaningful that you're getting emotional about this, because it means you really care. And I want to see the behavior that matches that care.
I need to figure out a way to feel like I'm really worth it, though, because I don't feel like I'm worth much of anything.
Well, laying in a bed will do that to you, right?
Yeah.
After a good session with the therapist, Lisa agrees to see PT Stacy again too, the one who she literally shouted out the door to. Surprisingly, Lisa is actually engaged with her this time and gives a few exercises a go.
To start with, I'm just gonna have you raise your arms up overhead and back down. And you had physical therapy earlier, is that right? Have you had that? No, okay, good. We're gonna do 10 of these. Does that sound all right? I want you to let me know if anything is sore, anything hurts.
Okay.
Feel like your arms get tired, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Although Lisa's progress starts off well, she slowly starts slipping back into her old ways by declining the appointments and isolating herself yet again. Dr. Now schedules another video call with Lisa to discuss her behavior.
Because they tell me you were cooperating when you got back home. But over the last month, you haven't been doing as much. And you've been telling them you're too tired and you can't do it. So they have to come back later. So what's going on now?
Well, I've been trying.
All right, are you able to start walking?
No, I haven't even got out of bed yet.
How about sitting on the edge of the bed?
No, we haven't did that neither.
Are you working to do that or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on it.
All right, so being in the bed for that length of time, you develop a fear of walking, and I think that may be a factor here. You need to work through that, okay?
Okay.
So you can work with the therapist to work with that fear of walking, and that's going to be important because getting up and moving around is going to be a very important step in your recovery.
Lisa is putting in more effort this time around, but is quickly losing momentum and falling back into her old habits. She lost over 80 pounds in the hospital, and it's so important she doesn't gain that back at home. But as she's snacking and eating more again, it's likely that she will if she hasn't already. Now, since the episode aired, there isn't much to talk about with Lisa, although she did give an interview where she said that she wasn't happy with the way she was treated by the producers of My £600 Life. She said that they fabricated storylines and even turned off her hospital equipment to add to the drama of the show. Outside of that though, it seems like she's still on the program and is still losing weight, and honestly, I hope she does lose weight for the good of her health. Now, if you want to see someone who couldn't lose the weight in time and was incredibly disrespectful to Doc Now and his staff, click the video that's on your screen now to see LaTonya Potaine's story. After previously failing Dr. Now's weight loss program years before, LaTonya reunites with the doctor, who will have wished she'd never come back, as she makes excuse after excuse and fails miserably on her weight loss journey, leading Dr. Now to lose patience with her more than once. LaTonya consistently lies to the face of Dr. Now and eats thousands of calories for every single meal, which unfortunately leads to her story to end in tragedy. Her story doesn't exactly start out positive either, and for 37-year-old LaTonya, everyday life is pretty much hell. She has severe lymphedema in both her legs and doesn't have much more time to turn her life around before it's too late, as her super morbid obesity is putting a huge strain on her body and her health. Every day LaTonya can do less and less. She's taking fewer steps and becoming less able to do things on her own, all while eating more and more.
The life that I'm living right now is uncomfortable. I barely can get out the bed because of my weight and the lymphedema in both of my legs. It hurts night and day. Like, the pain is unbearable. It's a fatty tissue that makes your legs swell. Being in this body, being uncomfortable 24/7, it's a different kind of experience.
Taking a shower is almost impossible for Latanya, and she lives primarily in her bed or her wheelchair, and she can't stand up long enough to clean herself. So she has to sit on the side of the bathtub, but this causes her extreme pain because the position is so uncomfortable due to the extra weight crushing her limbs. Not to mention she has to sit on the side because she can't actually fit inside the shower anymore.
I need my face scratched. Oh. Okay. Let's go. I'll do the first.
Latanya is engaged, but her fiance wakes up and leaves for work before Latanya is even awake. So her caretaker Virgie looks after her the most, taking care of all of her personal needs.
Okay. To take a shower takes so much energy. Oh, God. Once I'm done, I'm tired and, I'm hungry. I'm thinking about food.
Virgie's worked with Latanya for many years and is at the house for 5 hours every single day. But it wasn't always like this for Virgie, and she says that it's only recently that Latanya has declined so dramatically. Now Virgie has to pretty much do everything for her, which includes, of course, making all of her meals.
Food is like my best friend. Thank you. Can I have some juice, Miss V? When I eat, it takes the stress away. That's what I do to help me cope with things.
I need a roller cart.
Right.
We gonna have to get one.
I know that the food is unhealthy and it's not good for me, but with the habit that I had so long, it's hard to change that. So I'm disappointed in myself for letting myself get to this place. But, you can't change the past.
The sheer amount of breakfast food that Latanya is eating is absolutely obscene, and it genuinely looks like a scene from a Disney Channel show where they're feeding an entire family and not just one person. And we can do some quick maths and get a rough breakdown of the total calories for her meal. So she had 6 waffles, which is 1700 calories, 10 biscuits, which is about 3000, 8 sausage patties, which is about 800, 20 bacon rashers, which is 1000, and 12 scrambled eggs, which is 1100. That's a total of 7600 calories in just one meal, about as much as a woman needs to eat over 4 days, with not just one meal. This is also excluding the yellow liquid thing that I've got absolutely no idea what it is. Even viewers of the show are horrified at the sheer amount of volume of food she's eaten in one sitting. Now, I've watched many episodes of My 600 Pound Life over the years, and Latanya has got to be one of the biggest eaters in the show's history. One commenter on Reddit also thought this too. That breakfast was horrifying. She had 2 huge bowls of cheesy grits, a dozen cheesy scrambled eggs, 10 biscuits, 8 patties, 8 waffles with butter, and a whole ass bottle of syrup, and more bacon than I can even make out. I don't even know how she's even alive. Food has always been a huge source of comfort for Latanya, as she grew up surrounded by a large family who always had big meals together. She had lots of happy memories growing up. Although she was a little bit chubby in school, this didn't seem to bother her too much. Everything changed for Latanya when she was 12 though, when her mother suddenly passed away. The situation in which she died was very sudden too, as Latanya recalls her mother in the hospital room passing away in front of her and not being able to wake her up. This is completely traumatic and something that no child should ever have to experience.
When my mom passed away, I started to turn food into a comfort. Food took my painful thoughts away, and it made me happy for that moment.
Her mother's death was a real catalyst for Latanya's weight gain, as by the time she was 15, she weighed over 200 pounds. And over the next 2 years, she gained another 100 pounds by the time she was 17. Latanya's sister tried to do something about her weight, but she insisted that she had it under control.
I saw her and I told Latanya, I said, you're gonna have to get control of your weight. She felt like she had control of it because she said she was walking, she was in the gym exercising. But at some point, I guess she stopped dieting and kept eating.
5 years ago, LaTonya fell and broke her knee and was given a wheelchair. Once she sat in it, she never got up again, becoming pretty much immobile since then. LaTonya needs to see Dr. Now urgently, as her health is in serious decline. But this won't be the first time that she's seen him, and she had an appointment with Dr. Now a few years ago outside of the show, but decided not to continue with treatment because she wasn't able to move to Houston. As LaTonya decides that she needs to see Dr. Now before it's too late, she takes one last trip to the grocery store before her trip to see him. As LaTonya never leaves the house, going to the supermarket is a really exciting trip for her, something she looks forward to all month long.
Once I get inside, I be in the store for hours because I don't know the next time when I'm gonna go. Everybody got a hobby, and food is my hobby. Oh, y'all get some donuts.
The glazed donuts?
Get the strawberry ones too, them different. I eat about 6 times per day. The one, the chips over here. I need some nuggets, eggs, bacon, turkey bacon with some juice, pork, beef, chicken, tilapia fish in a salad or something like that, jambalaya rice, macaroni and cheese. I love chips, I like candy, cakes, cookies, sweet stuff like that. I love cereal. Some days I don't even eat regular food. I just eat snacks all day. Thank you for your time. You too. Be blessed.
When you see how high her shopping cart is piled, there's no doubt how LaTonya got to her current weight. Food being her only hobby is just very dangerous, as she doesn't have anything else to enjoy or get excited about. But this isn't something that LaTonya wants to continue being obsessed with, and she does want to change her outlook on life.
I want to change that. I want to save my life because I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to be in this body. My body feel like it's my prison. I'm ready to get out of it. We come here, we gonna live, and we gonna die. And I'm not ready to let go yet.
The journey to Houston is a 4.5-hour drive, something that will be hard for LaTonya, but definitely doable in one day. LaTonya is also driving the car, bringing her fiancé Dwayne along for the support. The road trip causes a lot of friction though, likely because LaTonya is uncomfortable driving for so long, and her attitude takes a turn for the worse.
I don't want to talk to nobody the rest of the night. I don't want nobody calling my phone. Leave me alone until tomorrow.
I'll pay off in the end, baby.
And I'm really trying to make a change. I'm trying.
Do it then. You got.
Shut up, don't tell me what the I gotta do.
Yeah, you got it.
I ain't gotta do. Stay flex, fat, and die.
You ain't gonna stay fat, so I don't know about the rest of them. We need you to be here for a long time. Okay.
LaTonya's clearly taking her frustrations out on her fiancé and her friend, even though they're taking time off work to accompany her, and she doesn't seem grateful at all for their support. The next day, she arrives at Dr. Now's office for her appointment, and LaTonya is really nervous for what is about to happen. Her life depends on losing weight, and this is a huge step for LaTonya in starting the next chapter of her life. But it's also an opportunity for LaTonya to find out how much weight she's gained since she last came to see Dr. Now a few years ago, because she hasn't been weighed since then. And even just stepping onto the scales is a huge challenge for LaTonya. She struggles to stand unassisted for more than a few seconds.
Just stay right there.
I'm hurting.
All right, your weight is 632.
I'm not too happy with that, but it could have been worse. At least it's not something more extreme. Torn, can you move that jacket for me? But I know I'm heavier than I was last time I was here.
Okay, well, we're gonna go to room 5.
Okay.
As she's heavier than she was last time, Dr. Now won't be impressed, and she will really have to convince him that she is ready to take the program seriously this time around.
Well, LaTonya, it says here in the chart that you came in 5 years ago when you were 482 pounds, and now you're 631 pounds. And how long you been in this motorized wheelchair?
About 5 years.
Okay, so things have gotten worse for you. So now, how motivated you are to change your eating habit, how motivated you to change your life, and how motivated you are to give up this motorized wheelchair?
I'm very motivated.
So what are you willing to do?
I'm willing to make a change.
The fact that LaTonya's gained so much weight since her last appointment is really disappointing, as she's totally gone back on her journey and not only has to start from scratch, but has another 150 pounds to lose as well. When Dr. Now tries to dig a little bit deeper with LaTonya and find out what her eating habits are like, the lies and the false reality really start to show.
I wake up at like 10:30. I I may eat breakfast at like 12 o'clock.
What do you usually eat?
Bacon, eggs, grits.
Are you hungry in the morning?
No, sir.
But if you're not hungry, you don't have to eat.
But the doctor told me that if I don't eat, then my metabolism is high or low or something like that.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. Everybody gonna confuse you, but you should never get confused about one thing, eat less.
Yes.
Okay? There's no confusion with that. Okay? Now, if you really put the math together, you have eaten the food that belonged for next 4 years ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So don't feel like you have to eat, okay?
I got you.
Tanya seems defensive about her eating habits and doesn't realize how much she actually is eating at one time. But she primarily blames emotional issues as a reason why she didn't do what she needed the first time. But claim that she worked through those issues with her family, so they're not holding her back any longer. So we'll see if that's the case, and she's willing to put in the hard work to make the progress she needs.
As LaTonya has already been to see Dr. Now and not continued with the program, she will really need to prove herself this time around. To qualify for weight loss surgery, LaTonya must lose 40 to 50 pounds over the next month. This goal is also a lot less than what he gives other patients previously, so he is really being generous with LaTonya. She's given everything she needs to succeed, which includes physical therapy appointments to help increase her mobility, seeing as she can't walk far without the wheelchair. Now, back at home, LaTonya starts her appointments with the therapist and does pretty well. Her trainer, Jamika, is really proud of the effort that she puts into the workout, but she suspects that LaTonya isn't actually exercising outside of these appointments.
I am proud of LaTonya and how far she's come. But at first, she was lazy. LaTonya's habits have gotten better, believe it or not. She is watching what she's eating, but my concern is the physical. She's not really exercising like she needs to. I don't think LaTonya works out when I'm not here. And I can tell because I'm pushing her to exhaustion, but the pain in her legs, she shouldn't be having it. But hopefully with the work that we do, and she'll continue to do it and she'll get a whole lot better.
Her diet, however, seems not to be working. Her caretaker notices that LaTonya is cheating quite a bit, but tries not to notice. The truth will come out next month when she steps on the scales, and we'll see if she's lost any weight at all. LaTonya only has to lose 40 pounds, remember, which is nowhere near what some patients have lost in a month, like when Brandon lost over 100 pounds in a single month. So it should be a lot easier for LaTonya. Back at the office, LaTonya prepares to get weighed again and find out if she's hit her goal.
You got it?
Hold on. 636.
The fact that LaTonya has gained 4 pounds instead of losing 40 is a total and utter failure. She clearly hasn't took the diet at all and has actually been eating more than she usually does to have gained weight. The appointment with Dr. Now is going to get really awkward once she tries to talk herself out of the situation and starts making excuses.
I don't see how that weight's possible, because I know I done a lot to lose weight.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Hello, Dr. Now.
Good. Well, how was your trip down here?
Tiring. It took me longer this time, 8 hours, but I'm kind of scared that the pain that I'm feeling, it may be a blood clot or something, because, like, it's a different type of pain. And
So where did you pain?
Right here in my leg, and it's really, really light.
In your leg?
Yes. It ain't never been this big. It get big, Dr. Now, but like...
All right, let's figure out what's going on with you. So tell me why you gained the weight.
I gained, 4 pounds because basically I gotta try harder. This is something new for me. I've been eating unhealthy for so long, and like now trying to change it is it's a lot, but I know it's worth it.
Okay, so what are you trying to tell me? You came here last time. We gave you exercises to follow with physical therapy to help you start getting out of your chair. And you didn't do that. And you were supposed to lose 40 pounds over the last month. But instead, you gained weight. And instead of waking up to things, you're deflecting the situation by saying, you're having pain. Yeah, you should have pain because you are 636 pounds instead of being 170 pounds. And you're still in this motorized wheelchair. You don't want to give that up? You don't want to give up your eating habit? Come on. You were supposed to lose weight. You were supposed to change anything. You were supposed to call if you had any question, but you didn't follow the diet. You keep eating too much, and you won't admit it. It's been 5 years since you tried to get help, and you're worse off more than ever now. Because you're lying so much to yourself, you believe that you lie. You keep repeating the same lie, doesn't come true.
The situation becomes too much for LaTonya if she starts to get really upset and emotional.
You think I want to come here, drive out a long time, come here just to get chewed out? I could have stayed at home for that.
We're not chewing it out. We're giving you the reality.
That is a reality. I mean, and you saying all that just to say, well, you know your fat ass need to lose weight. You in a wheelchair. You 37 years old. If you keep going the way you're going, you're not going to make it. That's basically all you have to say. And and I understand it. I'm not mad about what you're saying because it's right. It's true. The only thing that I need someone to understand is it's not as easy as people think it is. So it's not going to happen overnight. I'm not a robot.
Well, you're convincing yourself that it's going to take time. No. The decision to make to change your life is going to take one decision, 1 minute to change your life. But you convince yourself this is not going to be easy to 4 weeks, 6 weeks, or 6 months, a year to change. You want me to tell you what you're going to do? You're going to do the same thing and then come back making excuses.
No, sir.
And you say the water weight, I'm constipated, I didn't go to the bathroom for 3 days, or the floor was crooked. Any of those excuses, you believe in yourself and you keep repeating them. So the only option we have left is to send you to psychotherapy and see if they can convince you to see the reality before it's too late. So I'm going to set that up for you to go to, and I'm going to give you 2 months to lose 60 pounds. That is less weight each month and easier goal. If you do that, then we can work with you. If not, then I don't know what else we can do for you.
Dr. Now gives LaTonya a much easier goal of a 60-pound loss over 2 months, as well as starting psychotherapy to work through her emotional issues. If she can't work through these issues and hit her goals, it doesn't look like there'll be much hope for LaTonya. After her first therapy appointment, LaTonya is encouraged to write out her feelings and find new coping strategies to help express her feelings in a healthier way than just eating. And we're close to seeing if these new habits have helped with her weight loss on the way down to Houston. But on the journey down, LaTonya gets extreme leg pain, and Dr. Now tells her to meet him at the emergency room.
Devon called about an hour ago to tell me that LaTonya has bad leg pain again. Last time she came down, she complained about that, and we checked her out, and nothing severe was wrong with her. This time she says the pain is even worse, to the point that she thinks she might pass out. So I told her to come to the hospital so we can check her out.
Hello, how you doing? I'm tired, I'm hurting.
Come here.
I'm following you.
Come on. As far as I can tell, that she's having a lot of pain and shortness of breath, and she thinks that her legs are hurting because lymphedema is swollen. But looking at her just from the past, we cannot tell if there is anything seriously wrong with her. So we're going to bring her in the hospital and see what's going on.
At the hospital, Dr. Now performs a series of tests on LaTonya to make sure that she's not at serious risk of a heart attack or a blood clot. But while at the hospital, it's clear from her attitude that her life isn't in danger. I'm not doubting that LaTonya is in pain, but not because of a health condition, but rather than just a strain of being over 600 pounds. So far, LaTonya has tried to convince Dr. Now that there's something seriously wrong with her, when in reality, all of her symptoms will just be relieved once she's lost the weight. The pain she's experiencing right now is because she's super morbidly obese. It's also pretty likely that LaTonya's making such a fuss about her pain in Houston because she hasn't lost any weight and she doesn't want to weigh herself and is just trying to come up with an excuse. She shows Dr. Now her lymphedema mass, and while it is red and swollen, it's not any worse than before or any worse than we've seen with other patients.
I think the issue with her leg pain is more about deflecting again from the fact she hasn't made the progress she needs. And she knows that, so she's using other issues to try to distract from that again, to try to avoid facing the situation. But with the state of her body and the strain she still has on it, there could be other issues we need to address with her. So we ran some tests and check her out to see what state her body is in. And we will also get her weight and see if she has made any progress over the last few months.
3 hours later, when the results of the tests come back, Dr. Now explains that LaTonya doesn't have a blood clot and that there are no other red flags or concerns for her. And when he chats to Dwayne, Dr. Now learns from him that LaTonya hasn't been sticking to her diet at all. When she is weighed, the figure comes in at 642 pounds. So yet again, LaTonya has gained weight instead of losing any. It's really as if she hasn't looked at the weight loss program at all, which is just really confusing and frustrating, as she was quick to tell the cameras at home just how much lighter she felt and how well her exercising was going. It's clear that LaTonya is lying to everyone around her, and even herself. Dr. Now decides to keep LaTonya in hospital for a few weeks to keep an eye on her to make sure it doesn't get any worse. It's at this point where LaTonya gets a bit excited because she knows that she will lose weight in the hospital because Dr. Now puts her on a controlled diet while she's in there. In fact, she even asks Dr. Now if she can just continue the treatment program in hospital until she loses enough weight for the surgery. Clearly, this would be a total waste of time, as LaTonya needs to learn to lose the weight on her own, otherwise she'll just gain it all back. She's always after the quick and easy option and never actually wants to put the hard work in, but there isn't a quick fix for this sort of situation, and LaTonya needs to make some serious lifestyle changes or risk being over 600 pounds for the rest of her life, which, to be completely honest, wouldn't be much longer anyway.
We have had LaTonya here in the hospital for the last couple of weeks. She came to the hospital because she was having a problem with her heart. While she was here, we have had her on a controlled diet to get her weight down. But she hasn't been too cooperative. Most days she tells PT she's too tired or her body hurts too much to get out of the bed. So she tries to avoid that. And we have had a dietitian work with her to understand proper diet. But she argued with them and disagreed with the food selection here at the hospital. So it hasn't been easy with her. But we have been able to get her to lose 48 pounds in just 2 weeks. So her weight is down from 642 to 594. So with that on top of some medication, we were able to get her heart out of the critical place it was when she arrived. But her whole body is still very close to a breaking point. And if she doesn't continue to lose a lot more weight, then her situation can get critical again very fast.
The fact that LaTonya was able to lose almost 50 pounds in just 2 weeks shows just how desperate her body is to get rid of the extra weight and how little she was trying at home. It's clearly and obviously possible, she just doesn't want to try. LaTonya also has a massive problem with the food the hospital has given her, complaining to the doctor now that it's not suitable for her, and even insulting the food.
All right, did the physical therapy come work with you?
Yes, sir.
Did the dietitian come talk to you?
Yes, sir. Can you talk to her about the food that they've been sitting in here?
Well, I don't know why you don't like the food that everybody else eats in the world. Show me what they brought you.
This, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's good. Good lunch.
I don't eat that. I don't eat beans at all. I don't even know what that is. And this look like dog food.
You don't like meat?
I don't eat stuff like this.
But that's good nutrition. That's good protein, right?
I don't eat beans at all.
But how about the meat?
I don't eat that kind of meat. I haven't really ate nothing since I've been here.
You're not gonna fade away. You're gonna be fine.
I still have to eat something.
No. You're eating the food that belongs to the next 4 years ahead of time. So if you don't eat, you're gonna be all right. At your weight, body got the reserve that you don't eat anything for a week or two, you're not gonna have anything gonna happen.
But like in a hospital, when taking medication and having to take different medicine, you have to have food in your system to take the medicine, not to be nauseated. But the dog food that they give me here is not, I don't eat stuff like that.
And that's not dog food, that's very good food.
Well, I don't, well let me rephrase that.
You gotta learn to eat the high protein diet. And is it tasty and is it high protein?
I've been in this very uncomfortable bed. It's been cold in this hospital. I did not come this far for just...
You're not in a hotel. You're in the hospital.
I know that.
Okay, you got 400 pounds of extra food stored in your body. Mm-hmm. and you need to pay that back.
Dr. Now responds to LaTonya perfectly. She's been overeating for so long that she doesn't know or understand what a normal meal is supposed to look like. A meal of beans and chicken, something that someone of a healthy weight wouldn't bat an eye at, feels like abuse to her. And honestly, it's really insulting that she would even call the food dog food. And if I was Dr. Now, I would have lost my patience a lot earlier than he did. LaTonya's heart is strained and her lung capacity is severely restricted, both directly because of her weight. LaTonya really needs to grasp the seriousness of her situation, or she faces a premature death. In the hospital, she should be using this time to learn about what a healthy eating habit looks like, taking note of the food she's being served and trying to replicate that at home. LaTonya needs to start taking the situation seriously or risk losing her life altogether. She can either continue to lose weight once she leaves the hospital, keeping it off to relieve the strain on her organs and her heart, or just keep gaining weight. Her life is literally in her hands, and she needs to make the right choice before it's too late. Back at home, things get too much for Dwayne, as he fails to understand why LaTonya hasn't been making any effort at all, and why she hasn't made any changes since she left the hospital.
It's easy to lose that weight.
That's easy for you to say.
Man, eat healthy. That's easy for you to say. You know this life-threatening? You gonna play with your life?
I just been caught up in everybody else's life and not concentrating on me.
Stop talking about people. It ain't about people, it's about you, man. It ain't even about me right now. And you know this. This is something you know already.
Yeah, I'm done talking about it, though. I know that losing weight would change my life forever.
I find it really confusing what LaTonya means when she's saying she's putting everyone else's needs before her own. Like, I don't understand what she's done that hasn't been for herself. She can't even lose weight and stop using her wheelchair for her own fiancé, who wants to have a life with her. She puts herself first, and the fact that she doesn't see that is pretty concerning. We're now 8 months into LaTonya's journey, and she's back at Dr. Now's office for a weigh-in, after continuing her weight loss journey at home after she left the hospital. Disappointingly, but not unsurprising, she's still in her wheelchair, and clearly hasn't made any progress in walking or increasing her mobility over the past few weeks.
Hey, Miss Rose.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
Okay.
When I left the hospital, I was at 594. And Dr. Now wanted me to lose another 60 pounds by today. And I know I made progress towards that, so I'm excited to see how much.
With a 5-pound weight gain since she left the hospital, LaTonya has failed yet again to make any progress of her own. Honestly, I'm not surprised at all, saying that she's still in the wheelchair and her size looks exactly the same as it did at the start of the episode, 8 months ago. The worst part about this is that if LaTonya put 100% effort into the program, she could have been down like 300 pounds by now and have had the surgery to change her life. She hasn't been focused at all since she started the journey, and I can't see her wanting to make any change anytime in the future either.
That just doesn't make any sense. That can't be right. The scale just can't be showing my weight right. And now this is gonna be a big mess because Dr. Now is not gonna like it. And I just can't take him chewing me out again.
While Dr. Now confronts LaTonya about the weight gain, the excuses start to show again, and Dr. Now isn't having any of it.
I'm not gonna say that. I think that it may be the lymphedema. I don't know now. But I really have cut down on the sweetening, the drinks, like a lot of stuff that I used to do. I cut down on it, but with the exercising and stuff, I haven't been able to do none of that from the pain and stuff.
It's not lymphedema. It is your eating habit, and you have not been able to change that, and you're expecting something magically change that. That's not going to happen.
I'm not expecting magic, because if I was expecting magic, I wouldn't be here with you, right?
No. Look, you can tell yourself you're not looking for a magic solution, but you keep saying that you're going to do something, but you never do it. Can we agree that your weight has to do with what you eat?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you eat less, you're going to lose weight.
At this point, Dr. Now has given LaTonya too many chances. He's given her the weight loss plan with meals and exercises to do, gave her a personal trainer and a therapist, and still, none of it's worked for LaTonya. There's simply nothing else he can do for her now, as she hasn't made a single ounce of progress since the start of her episode. LaTonya tries to convince Dr. Now that she will change from this moment moving on, but when she has already said this every other time before, how is he supposed to believe that? Honestly, if I was in Dr. Now's shoes, it would be very hard for me not to kick them off earlier. The amount of resources that she's took up to just gain weight is ridiculous.
Repeatedly, we have been with you to explaining the diet, what to eat, what not to eat, how many times to eat, how many calories. But you don't do any of it. You don't follow any of the direction I gave you. So at this point, there is nothing more I can do for you. And I'm not going to set up another appointment for you. If you want to wake up and change your eating habit and lose at least 60 pounds to show me that, then let me know. And we'll set an appointment to get your weight check in Shreveport to see. Because there is no point in you coming down here anymore and going through the motions when it is clear that you're not going to change at all. But unless that happens, then we are done. Okay?
Okay.
Have a nice trip back home.
Okay, thank you.
The thing with LaTonya is that this journey for her didn't just start 8 months ago. It started 6 years ago, when she originally came to see Dr. Now and didn't want to start the program. There's no difference between her attitude then and now, despite being nearly 200 pounds heavier. She's been given every tool possible to help her change, and none of it's worked. If LaTonya ever wants to be considered for the weight loss program again, she will need to come into the doctor's office weighing less than 570 pounds and be serious about losing weight for good. But if she ever does come back, it will be Dr. Now's 3rd time treating her, so it's very unlikely that he'll be confident that she's serious about losing weight for good, given that she's disappointed him so many times now. A commenter on Reddit said that after her show aired, that she would be dead within 5 years because her childhood issues are killing her. Unfortunately, this turned out to be true. LaTonya never continued to lose any weight after she passed away, and just 3 years after the start of her episode, she died of congestive heart failure. Her passing was also very recent too, occurring in May of 2025. LaTonya's brother noticed that she was having difficulty breathing and was extremely uncomfortable, calling an ambulance later that day after she went into cardiac arrest. Her death just 3 years after she failed to lose any weight in Dr. Now's weight loss program shows just how dangerous being over 600 pounds is, and the impact it had on her health. Hopefully LaTonya's death will serve to show other stars of the show the life-threatening nature of morbid obesity and encourage others to turn their life around before it's too late. After totally failing her weight loss program while abusing her entire family, Dr. Now, and even abusing drugs along the way, Angie J is one of the most infamous stars of the show, known for her lazy attitude and disgusting behavior towards everyone in her life.
So you want me to leave my boyfriend, move to Texas, and be okay with that?
Oh, here we go.
You're
Dramas.
right.
I can't rely on nobody, but everybody relies on me. I have marijuana in my system.
Don't play games with me. I know exactly what you have in your system. And it's not just that. There are multiple other narcotics we found.
I should have never came here.
To start with though, we meet Angie at her home in Ohio, with her weight unknown and her being pretty much bedbound.
The life I'm living right now is miserable because I have made myself a prisoner in a room inside of my home.
Now, a few years before her episode, Angie used to leave the house 1 to 2 times a week to run errands. But now, as her weight gain has dramatically increased to the point where she doesn't know how much she weighs, she hasn't left the house in years. The extreme weight gain has caused Angie to suffer severe leg pain, making walking long distances completely out of the question, as she can only walk around the house. Needing help for personal care and chores around the house, Angie's daughter Desiree does most of the work for her. Not only does her daughter help, but also the rest of the family who lives with her, including their young granddaughter.
Desiree is my caretaker. She's my right hand. She's my best friend. But I feel bad for her. I do. She's, not supposed to be in this role yet. They're supposed to take care of you when you get old. And I'm not that old, but I don't want my husband, Justin, to help me because I don't want him to cross over from being my husband to my caregiver. I don't want him to look at me differently because I feel ashamed of myself, of my body. My body looks like a nightmare, like a monster, something non-human. So I shower almost every day. Shower is exhausting. Washing in between my skin folds is hard because it's heavy, It's hard to get all the way in there, and it's a lot of lifting. It's overwhelming.
It's strange that Angie puts all of this pressure on her daughter to take care of her, just because she doesn't want her husband to see her and become her caretaker. Honestly, this is pretty selfish, as the pressure should be on Angie's husband to take care of her more than Desiree, given that he's the parent, and he's probably the one that's let her get to this point more than the daughter. But either way, no one should have to look after someone in such a state as Angie, given that the extreme morbid obesity is more than likely self-inflicted. Angie's size prevents Desiree, who's still a young woman in her 20s, from living a life of her own and spending it with her daughter Daisy.
I get very frustrated with my mother sometimes because I take care of my own 3-year-old at the same time. And it gets to be a bit much. But I would never turn my back on her. I will be here because I know that she needs me.
Sit on the sideline for everything. And by the time it's time to eat, I'm starving. I want to eat. Food is the only thing that helps me deal with the misery of my life. And I constantly need it because I constantly need to escape. So we have to keep a lot of food in the house at all times. And I have to have what I want.
Now, not only does Angie need to eat constantly, but she can't just have anything, and it needs to be exactly what she wants. Otherwise, she will start to kick off. She gives Desiree a shopping list pretty much every day, because once she has a craving, she needs it there and she needs it now. Angie's brothers also stop by a few times a week to bring her takeaways, which they explain is because they don't have a lot of free time to spend with her, and they like to show their affection through food. When food is tied too closely to emotions like this, it becomes really difficult to break the habit, because in Angie's mind, if her family stops bringing her food, that means that they don't love her, so the cycle has to continue, with them just constantly bringing Angie more and more food. The worst part is that Angie probably has no idea how many calories she's really eaten, which has just allowed her weight gain to progressively get worse over time. Now, if Angie had used Cal.AI to track her meals, who are the sponsor of today's video, should have an accurate number of how many calories she was eating, and maybe even attempt to curb the weight gain. Now, if you don't know what Cal.AI is, it's an incredibly easy to use calorie tracking app which allows you to track calories by simply taking a picture of your food. Now, this is perfect if, for example, you're out at a meal with friends and you simply can't weigh every ingredient that's on your dish. So, Cal.AI has a genius feature where you take a picture, it scans what it sees with AI, and gives a surprisingly accurate reading of the calories and macronutrients within the meal. Obviously, it can't be 100% accurate all the time, which is why it allows you to edit and add ingredients that it missed. So, no, you can't just hide something and pretend it doesn't exist because the camera didn't see it. It also has all the other features you'd expect from a calorie tracking app, like being able to individually log and weigh foods and scan the barcodes of your products. And remember, this is always the way I'd recommend because it's going to be the most accurate. The calorie scanner is there for ease, and when you can't weigh your food, remember to always weigh your food when you can and scan the barcodes of the food you're eating. And if you want to give Cal.AI a go yourself, click the link in my description and use code Craig for a 3-day free trial, so there's no risk and you can see how easy to use the app is. Thank you to Cal.AI for supporting the channel, and let's get back into Angie and see how she's developed this addictive personality. Her addictive personality runs in the family, as both her parents suffered with their own addictions, with her mother being an alcoholic and her dad being addicted to drugs. Their addictions meant that Angie was often abandoned and left to her own devices from a young age.
Because of my parents' alcohol, drug abuse, and neglect. They just weren't present.
To make matters worse, when Angie was just 8 years old, she was assaulted by a family member, and when she told her mother about it, she didn't believe her and did nothing to protect her. This traumatic event was a catalyst for Angie, as she remembers starting to eat a lot more from this point, using it as a way to cope with the abuse.
Food was a good comfort because it was always there, and it was something I could control. But everything else in my life was uncontrollable.
And this continued, and when Angie was just 13 years old, she weighed over 260 pounds. At the same age, Angie also shared that she was in a relationship with a 27-year-old man, which is an absolutely shocking and upsetting age difference. Now, this is just downright disturbing and clearly wrong, and it's ridiculous that no one noticed and did anything to help Angie. She was literally just a child being taken advantage of by an older man. But it only gets worse from there, because during their relationship, Angie got pregnant and ended up giving her son TJ up for adoption when he was just 6 months old. Angie and her boyfriend finally split 6 months later after she could no longer handle the abuse. a decision that was obviously for the better. It's sad that no one helped her here, and she was left totally defenseless against people who just wanted to take advantage of her. Her parents were nowhere to be seen, so the only source of comfort Angie had was still food, which only escalated after the breakup. Now at 16 years old, Angie was over 300 pounds, well over double the healthy weight of a teenager. At the same time, Angie met her first husband, James, falling pregnant yet again a year later with Desiree, when she was just 17. Now much like her first relationship, the couple split due to abuse, and Angie ended up living back at her dad's house. And it only goes downhill even further from here, because a few months later, Angie was sent to jail after the charge of complicity to burglary, spending 8 months behind bars. After she was released from prison, Angie met her second husband and had her third child not long after, who she called Haley. But Angie couldn't stay out of prison for long, so she was sent back when Haley was 2 for violating her parole. Angie's children lived with her parents while she was in prison, eventually being released when she was 26. At this point, Angie was still gaining weight somehow and weighed over 420 pounds. And this is where her life really started to go downhill, because she became addicted to opioids. The next 10 years of Angie's life were just a total blur, and she eventually became immobile after an injury to her knee.
And then when I was 32 years old, I injured my knee, and it was the worst thing and the best thing that happened in my life. It was the best thing because I got sober, and it was the worst thing because I became immobile. I was drinking, and my leg hyperextended backwards, causing some damage to my knee. I was pulled out of a house on a tarp like I was an animal by firemen, paramedics, and anybody else that would help that wasn't drunk. When I arrived at the hospital, that's when I seen my weight for the first time in a few years, and it was 505 pounds.
The accident was a turning point for Angie, as she was finally able to get off the drugs, but she was still immobile and in a wheelchair, so she turned to food even more. That's probably one of the most insane backstories of a 600-pound life patient, and it really explains her behavior as the episode goes on. Now, like I said previously, she doesn't know how much she weighs, but she thinks it's well above 600 pounds. The next biggest step towards changing her life would be to move to Houston to be close to Dr. Now for treatment, and Angie's current husband agrees to join in the relocation. However, her daughter Desiree isn't too sure, and this is because it's just a really tough ask, as she has to take care of her 3-year-old daughter, and she's got a boyfriend of her own up here too.
Justin said he'd do it for me. The only one who isn't sure yet is Desiree. Mostly because her boyfriend Will doesn't want to do it. But I have to keep pushing it with her because I have to have an answer. So when she gets done with errands and getting the groceries, I'm gonna try to talk to her again. Because there's no more time for her to stay on the fence about it. Then honestly, I think siding with her mother and saving me would be the obvious choice.
It's absolutely insane that Angie thinks that Desiree should just pick her instead of her family and younger daughter, especially as we know that Angie chose drugs over her own daughter for over 10 years. When Angie confronts Desiree, the situation quickly spirals.
So I need to know if you're on board with going to Houston, because your boyfriend is giving me about it.
What'd he do?
So I think that he's mad from the other day when there was a conversation that if I was to look for a doctor in another area, he insinuated he didn't even want to come to Houston so I can get the help I need. So all I said was, how about get a life? And he jumps up, runs his mouth, comes out, says, you think that's normal? And I said, why don't you get a life?
He said, we're all doing this for you.
And we're all doing this for you, Angela. So he's not gonna be living here.
So you want me to leave my boyfriend, move to Texas, and be okay with that?
Oh, here we go.
Right. I mean, how am I being
Your
dramatic?
boyfriend's not gonna be dramatic and call me a
And I haven't even got time to address anything.
Yeah, this is what I knew was gonna happen.
I'm not time to
I am
address
tired of
anything.
every single time a little thing is said around here, your dramatic boyfriend gets escalated to up here.
So then
This
I'm
little
in the,
word-
I'm in the position to pick between my
That shouldn't be
mother or my boyfriend and my child.
No, your child would still be here without
I
your
mean,
boyfriend, just
it's
like the
not
other
even-
one
that's-
was.
That's not right.
Well, you do whatever you want to
Especially when
do.
you know that I'm gonna pick you.
Okay. It's never about me. It's never been about me. Ever. You guys have lived with me forever. I take care of you. I ask for one thing. One thing.
It's not my fault. Will
And
said
it
some
can't be
stupid-
something simple. I can't rely
Okay.
on nobody, but everybody
I'm not
relies on me.
saying I'm not
I'm
going.
tired. I'm tired.
I'm not saying
I knew
I'm
this
not
was
going.
stupid.
I've been on board since day one.
Yeah. So you were on board before too, and because of Daisy, you didn't go.
And now I don't
And now
have a
here we
reason
are
to be
again,
here.
except for you're knocked up again.
Yeah.
Angie is 100% gaslighting Desiree here, making her feel guilty and downplaying the severity of literally moving across the country. She's acting like it's not even a big decision either, even suggesting that Desiree leave her 3-year-old daughter behind to go live with her, and even claiming that no one does anything for her is just insane. We've just watched Desiree bath her, go to the shop for her, clean and cook for her, and Angie is just completely ungrateful. She's completely unaware of just how much everyone does for her, claiming that she could be doing way more than she already is. And honestly, this is totally disgusting, and I'm confident that Angie is probably one of the worst parents on the show because of this. Angie piles on the stress of the situation too, saying that if Desiree won't help her, she had no other choice than just sit there and wait to die.
I've decided to try to get help, and I want my family and me to move to Houston so I can do that by seeing Dr. Now and trying to get weight loss surgery. But I can't believe I'm having to fight my own daughter to support me and do this to help save my life. I even have to ask her to choose between what her boyfriend wants and what her mother needs to live. She's gonna cost me my life.
Now the pressure of this situation is extreme, and I do feel bad for Desiree being pushed into this situation. And when Desiree tries to rectify the situation, Angie is completely unsympathetic towards her own daughter, and this scene is pretty difficult to watch.
I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying that I'm choosing him over you. I'm saying I'm choosing you over him, and it hurts me. It's not supposed to hurt me. That's like me saying it's me or Justin.
And I wouldn't even drop a tear for that decision.
Once things cool down, they come to an agreement that they will come down to Houston with Angie for her first appointment, then decide if they'll move down afterwards. But the drive to Houston is over 20 hours, which means they have to drive over 4 days to get there. And they don't make it very far before Angie's already wanting to go through the drive-thru.
Can I help you?
I want a sandwich with cheese minus onion, extra pickles,
Right.
and then a regular chicken, and 3 fries.
All right. Is that good one now?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
A little aggravated, and I'm starving. Ah!
Just.
Why don't you learn how to drive or something, guy? Hope my next husband knows how to drive better. Desiree doesn't think Justin's good for me. She doesn't think he's good enough. She thinks he uses me. I don't know what he's using me for, but I don't know. We have some issues that need to be taken care of. I'm just going to find out where our room is.
Whose name is it under?
It's on yours. Didn't I just say that? Take your ID and go.
No, you didn't say that.
It's kind of a hard time to focus on our marriage when I'm trying to focus on me. So I've been focusing on everybody else for a long time. It's kind of the reason that I am the weight that I am. I've always let people dump on me for years. And now I'm just like, no. And I want to work on me. If he's there at the end, he's there. If not, I don't know.
I can't believe that Angie seriously believes that she spent years taking care of anyone but herself, when she literally left her kids with her parents while she was in jail for 10 years. And then having her own daughter become her personal caretaker for years, having to sacrifice her own relationship and childhood for her mother. The way that she speaks to people is just disgusting and totally unfair to those around her.
So, plan. Well, me and Desiree already kind of have a little bit of a plan. I'm gonna find out a store for you. You can go to the store.
Well, you better make sure it's close to here, because I'm not getting lost in here. And I ain't seen nothing close.
Okay. First of all, you can go cussing at me. That's where we can start at. You can go cussing at me. Secondly, I'm gonna Google for a store, and you're gonna go to the store.
If it's not close, I'm not going.
What are we supposed to eat? What
The
are
store
you,
so I
Einstein?
can see how far it is and where I gotta go.
No, it's your point of your attitude. You've had an attitude since we left home, and you can go back home and I have my brother come here. Believe that.
Ain't nobody had that attitude.
And
But since
get your
we
and go to your mama's house, because I'm sick of your attitude. I don't want you and I don't need you.
It seems like her demands just have no end. Her partner's just driven non-stop for about 6 hours and just wants to rest. But she's demanding that he goes to the shop and get food for her. And it just seems like nothing anyone could ever do would ever be enough.
I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it.
knew what was gonna happen though.
You're pathetic.
Because I don't want to drive to a store that I don't. I'm in a city I don't know about. You want me to drive around to stores, but that's pathetic because I don't want to get lost.
Loser. You shouldn't even be around me anyways. That's how you are. Is a loser. Freaking put on a show for people.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
fake as
in my mouth. No, you are.
No, you're a fake piece of.
Because I don't want to go to a store that I don't know about.
Whatever. I don't know where you're going, but you're getting up out of this room.
This room's in my name.
That'll be changed real quick, guy. There's something going on, something more. I don't know what it is. I think he's having dope fits, if you ask me. My daughter's the one that assists me through everything. He doesn't do anything. I don't know, he's just there. That's my support group, my daughter. He's just convenient right now because he's driving. He's not my support group. I'm going forward with or without him, and he knows that. Whether we get a divorce, whether we split up, he doesn't really have much choice.
Angie complains about how her husband hardly helps with any of her care. Yet earlier in the episode, she said that she doesn't want him to help with it because she doesn't want it to ruin their marriage. It's literally like she wants to have her cake and eat it too, which I'm sure she's had a lot of. But Angie places the entirety of the responsibility on Desiree, who's already struggling with the workload. Eventually, Angie arrives at Dr. Now's office and prepares for her first weigh-in.
If I'm 600 pounds, I'd probably be very upset because I've never seen that number before.
From what we've seen of Angie so far, she's definitely want to lie and make excuses, but Dr. Now is not having any of it.
Well, if you figure that then, what's holding you up so far to lose weight?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like if I can't move, I can't lose weight.
No, that's completely inaccurate. The reason you're overweight is you eat too much. So what is going on with your eating habit? Because in order for you to maintain your weight at 643 pounds, you're eating at least 6,000 to 7,000 calories a day. And if you're gaining, it's even more than that.
Okay.
Okay. So what is driving you to eat like that? Are you hungry? Is it habit, stress?
I think I eat when I'm bored.
When delving deeper into why Angie is the size that she is, Angie strongly believes that it's not just the amount of food that she's eaten, but rather the context, like the time of day that she's eaten. She also doesn't think that her eating habits have anything to do with her emotions, which is a pretty bad sign, as she's not even aware that this could be a cause. Pretty much everyone on the show has some sort of psychological issue around eating, whether it be things like addiction or stress or trauma, and so the fact that Angie hasn't even had to this point of realization yet is concerning.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an emotional eater, because I don't think that I am. I eat at bad times. I don't eat during the morning and afternoon because I drink coffee, which suppresses my appetite. I eat at night, and then I go to bed. I eat a lot at night because I'm hungry from not eating all day, and then I overeat.
The only accurate thing you said was that you eat a lot. But what you're leaving out is that it's all day long. So don't try to convince me you're just eating once a day, because I'm not buying it.
Now, the actual amount of food that Angie would have to consume in this one sitting for her to gain weight like she has would be ridiculous, and it would probably be more than about 40 cheeseburgers, and I don't even think that's possible. But the fact is, she's lying, and I don't know why either, because it's literally obvious as she's almost 650 pounds at this point. And to make matters worse, she puts part of the blame on Desiree, even mocking her in front of Dr. Now and trying to embarrass her.
All right.
She eats the same food as me, so I'm worried. I tell her all the time, when you get to this age, it's harder to lose weight and a lot more things are gonna happen, because I was her weight when I was actually a little lighter than her when I was her age, to be honest. And it's here now. I tell her all the time, it's gonna happen if it doesn't change. And she's pregnant, so it's gonna make her weight gain even worse. And on top of that, she smokes too.
We all smoke.
Pregnant lady doesn't smoke as much as pregnant lady
This is the most dangerous thing for the child.
I know.
Mother smoking. You have to stop that immediately. Do you got that?
All right.
Good.
Now, for some strange reason, Angie starts calling Desiree out for her weight problem and the fact that she smokes. And while it's obviously completely wrong that she's smoking while she's pregnant, there's no need to start throwing shade at her own daughter and just try to deflect from her situation. The face that she does too when she starts going off on one at Desiree is literally just mean. She's her mother and should be trying to build her up, not tear her down like this. Especially as Desiree is doing everything she can to support her mother. And then Angie's husband, Justin, gets thrown into the mix, and Dr. Now questions his eating habits and involvement.
So let's talk about his eating habit.
He eats more than both of us.
He eats more than both of you.
Absolutely.
That's physically impossible. So we got some serious issues with delusion with you all. All right.
This man definitely eats more than I do.
Probably
he has a high metabolism.
8,000 to 10,000 calories a day.
And you can lie all you want, but this is all science and math. And it's a big part of the problem we're facing here is that you seem like a master manipulator who thinks she can just decide what the facts are she wants to believe and just tell everyone else what to think. So if you're here to just play games, then this is not going to end well for you because you realize that this is a dangerous situation when you're 39 and you are 643 pounds.
Now, if Angie can't even admit where she's going wrong, how is she supposed to get any better? She's literally living on borrowed time, fast approaching 40 with extreme morbid obesity, and it's unlikely she'll live much longer. She's not even taking it seriously to begin with, and I honestly don't have much hope for the rest of the episode. One of the most important things that Angie will have to do if she wants to be in Dr. Now's program is move down to Houston, and she can't do that by herself. Angie and Desiree have argued about the topic at length for a while, and Angie brings it up again, telling Desiree that they can live in a one-bedroom apartment, forcing Desiree, her boyfriend Will, and her 2 children, when her baby is born, to live in a tiny room together. And this only makes things way more complicated when Angie and Justin split up.
About a week ago, we got into an argument. He was under the influence, as usual, and he packed his things up and left. It was a stupid fight he created because he didn't want to go to Texas. And the whole time, he knew he didn't want to go. But he never said that.
Justin breaking up with Angie because he doesn't want to move across the country is pretty fair, to be honest. Like, he shouldn't have to if he doesn't want to. But it's Angie's failure to understand how difficult this move is for the family that is the most frustrating. And as you'd expect, Angie is turning to food to cope, even though she's convinced that she doesn't eat her emotions. But her small treats to keep the pain at bay eventually slip into going completely off the diet and settling back into her old ways. Angie misses her follow-up appointments with Dr. Now, finally calling him 3 months after she first met with him.
I think that I'm doing okay, except I'm still drinking pop here and there.
But that's unacceptable. If you want to change your life, you're going to have to stick with the diet. Don't be wishy-washy about it. If you're wishy-washy about it, stay where you are. Don't come to Houston.
Okay.
Because playing games with me isn't going to work. But if you're serious about it, change your life and stick with it, okay?
I want to, but it's just been hard because me and my husband separated after we left your office. He doesn't want to move to Texas, so he put me in a little bit of a financial issue, but I'm trying.
Well, not like you should. So you need to decide what the best course of action and option is best for you.
Wow, my best option would be to come to Houston. It's my last option. It's my only option to change my life.
But you're doing nothing to make that happen. Just give me excuses. Okay, so what you can do to make that happen?
I'm trying really hard to find a place.
But you're not losing weight. If you don't change that, there is no point in coming here. You get that?
Okay.
She tries to make it out like she needs to go to Houston to start the program, but she doesn't realize that she should already be on it. She should be losing weight. Over 50 pounds so far if she'd stuck to the diet. But it's just one excuse after another for her. Dr. Now gives her another chance on losing 100 pounds in 2 months and to sort out her living situation. But Angie just doesn't believe that she can do this, saying that she has too much pressure. Now, I'm not being funny, but what pressure does she even have? She doesn't have a job, she gets everything looked after, and she gets a pretty decent income from her disability payment.
I think doubling my goal is just punishment because I missed my appointment. If I lose 50 pounds, then that should be more than enough to get weight loss surgery. And if I could just lose all this weight, I wouldn't need his help. Now, would I?
I'm not even sure what she means by this. Like, yeah, obviously you wouldn't need this help if you were a healthy weight, because he's a weight loss professional. And in a surprising turn of events, Justin comes back into the picture and decides he wants to be with Angie for the rest of his life. Something I really did not see coming. Because if I was Justin, I would have just gone and never looked back.
I love my wife and I want to go to Texas with her, and I want to see her get better so she can have a life and we can have a life together.
Yeah.
But with Justin back, maybe things will turn around for Angie and she won't stress eat so much, and she may be able to move to Houston. But the move is dependent on Angie losing 100 pounds. And 3 months later, Dr. Now asks her to travel to a local clinic to get her weight checked. to see if she's actually been following the diet.
He doesn't know what he's talking about when he says, I'm just making excuses. So as long as I hit the first goal of losing 50 pounds, I think I'm good. And if I did that, I'd be 593. And I'm pretty sure I did that.
Oh. You good? I'm good. I'm clear.
I'm getting off this thing.
Do you need some water, Angie?
Yeah. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm only 45 pounds.
But that's close. Don't beat yourself up for that.
And Angie lost less than half the weight she was supposed to. Just seconds before her weigh-in, she was super confident about her loss, but reality sets in, and Angie is thoroughly disappointed. And when she calls Dr. Now to break the news, he's less than impressed.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
All right, so, did you check your weight?
Yes.
And how much you ate now?
I'm down to 598.6, and I'm proud of that.
So, it looked like you almost lost 50 pounds, huh?
Yes.
All right, that's a little progress, but you're supposed to lose 100 pounds in 2 months, and on top of that, it's been 5 months since you were here. So at this point, you haven't shown me you're taking this seriously as you need. And I'm not approving you for anything today, but since you lost 50 pounds, we give you another chance to stick with your diet and try to lose another 50 pounds, okay?
But Angie doesn't want to take criticism from anyone, so she claps back with an insane allegation.
And let me remind you, because maybe you forgot, your weight loss was 50 pounds in 1 month, not 100 pounds. Ever did you say that to me?
I definitely did. On my call with you 2 months ago, that was the goal I gave you. So either you forgot or you're too high on something to remember. But it's going on 6 months since we saw you. And this level of weight loss is unacceptable over that time. Losing less than 10 pounds a month is not going to be enough to save your life.
Okay. Well, if you expected me to lose 50 pounds every month for 6 months, I wouldn't need you.
What you seem to need is a calculator. Because losing 50 pounds a month for 6 months would have been weight loss goal of 300 pounds. And that's not what I asked you to do. But I did give you a goal of 100 pounds in 2 months, since you wasted the first 3 months, and you didn't even do that. So you can either give me more attitude, or figure out whether you want to do this or not. Because if you don't, you're not going to be alive for much longer.
Okay. If you're expecting me to come there and sit around and wait for surgery for another month, I'm not coming. I don't have time for that.
Heaven forbid we waste any of your time while you waste ours with your lies and games. And you decide if you want to do this or not. But if you do, then I will give you 2 more months to lose 100 pounds. And this time I suggest you write it down so you remember that. Otherwise, just stay up there and do whatever you want. And you don't need to come back down here.
And she's conveniently forgetting the plan to lose 100 pounds. One of the reasons she could have forgotten it is because she's actually been taking drugs for weeks. Dr. Now notices that she's acting a little bit strange on the call and asks if she's been using. Angie is immediately combative, saying that the allegation is insane, but she actually really does look like she could be on some sort of drug.
Since you're making accusations of what's wrong with me, I'm sick. I puked on myself, slept all day yesterday. I'm ill. I don't take anything but what's prescribed to me. So please don't make accusations, okay?
I'm a doctor, Angie. I know the difference between sick and high. And if you decide to continue and come back down here, I'm going to run toxicology on you to make sure there is nothing in your system that shouldn't be there. So you can either clean up your act right now, or we don't need to bother playing any more games with you. So when you decide, you just let us know your plan, okay?
My plan is to go home and go to bed. What's yours?
Well, my plan right now is to end this conversation. So you have a good day, Angie.
Fans of the show love Dr. Now's stance on this too, and his no BS attitude with Angie. My plan is to go home and go to bed. What's yours? Well, my plan right now is to end this conversation. I screamed so loud at that line. Dr. Now's zingers this episode are making my night. Hands down the worst. What an insufferable human. Angie continues to be an absolute insufferable human too, when she moves into her new apartment a few weeks later, with the help of Justin and her family taking her down. where she proceeds to act completely selfishly and ungrateful.
I hate this life, seriously. I'm very unhappy.
I'm sorry.
Just left a beautiful, beautiful place for this job.
No, you left this for Dr. Now. And we're here right now. So come on, let's go see your house right now.
One of her family members makes an excellent point. She's here in Houston to save her life, because if she doesn't, she'll die. She complained for months to her entire family that they weren't supporting her enough in the move, and when they finally did, she couldn't be more ungrateful about it. When Angie steps foot in the apartment, she immediately hates it and starts blaming everyone around her.
Okay. There you go. Doesn't have the fireplace wall that I seen in the picture, so this is not the apartment I picked out. So that was a lie. I can't believe this. This is not the unit that we rented, and it's not gonna work. I'm pissed off. I feel like I've been lied to, and we have serious, serious problems right now. Because there's no way I'm living here. This bathroom joke. Look at the bathroom door. Are you kidding me? No way. This bathroom is completely unacceptable and nowhere near what I need. There's no way I can fit in it. I didn't come all this way to be thrown in some dump. I knew I shouldn't have came here. This place is nothing like it was described, and this is completely unacceptable.
To be honest, the apartment doesn't look too bad. It's really clean, it looks like it's been freshly painted with new floors. I don't really see what Angie's complaining about. I get the complaint about her not fitting in the bathroom, but that's not really the bathroom's fault. The thing is, Angie forgets that her life is at risk. All she has to do is live here, in this pretty nice apartment, for a year to do the program with Dr. Now. She complained so much for her family to bring her here, and when they finally did, she isn't happy. If I was her family, I would honestly be tempted to leave her there.
It looks like our only option is to sleep in a hotel tonight, because we're not moving in here. So all I know is someone better fix it, and fix it fast. And if not, then we may have no other option than going back to Ohio and missing a chance to save my life, all because I was lied to. And that's like murder as far as I'm concerned.
Viewers of the show can't believe how insane this comment from Angie is about murder. Today I learned a misrepresented apartment should be viewed as attempted murder. Not even sure what she means or if she was even lied to. The apartment is pretty decent and there's no reason she should have to stay in a hotel. Another comment makes a fantastic point too. If this woman ever tried to change a light bulb, she'd hold it in place and expect the world to spin around her. Angie clearly expects everyone to sort her life around her and she won't do anything for herself. But even when they do help her, she's just completely ungrateful about it. When the building manager finds her a new apartment, she's combative from the outside too, complaining about every single thing.
Do you want to use your walker to take us to that or right here?
If I fall going in here, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I mean, they can put a ramp in. We'll get a ramp put in if we need to.
Well, let's do this.
Let's see if you can do it.
I don't know why, but I'm afraid of this. Amanda, can you just be behind me and like push me here or something?
I got you.
Okay. 1, 2. Oh.
I got you.
Oh, my hands are shaking though. Give me my walker.
Oh, sorry, baby. I was just gonna walk you forward so
It smells like lemon in here.
Being that dramatic over a tiny little step is just insane. She knows she won't struggle going over it, but just uses it as something to complain about. But it doesn't stop there, as Angie still won't sit in the new bathroom. But thankfully for her, the manager agrees to widen the door for her. As her family move all of the things in, Angie reflects on the journey ahead with Dr. Now.
I've lost the 50 pounds he asked me to lose already. So we should be moving on to some medical stuff and getting ready to do the surgery. I'm not worried. I mean, I did what I was supposed to do. So if he tries to run me around and give me more goals and avoid giving me what I deserve then I'm really gonna out.
I'm curious to know what Angie thinks she deserves, because she hasn't earned anything from Dr. Now yet at all. All she's done is lose 50 pounds in over the triple amount of time that he asked for. For the next appointment, Angie will have had to lose 100 pounds to get to the next stage of the program. And as she pulls up, we're about to see the proof on the scales. And you can probably guess where this is going.
I got down to 598, and Dr. Now told me I had to lose 100 pounds this time, even though I already lost almost 50 pounds already. So he expects me to be below 498 today. But if I could easily lose 100 pounds on my own, I wouldn't have any need for him or surgery. So it doesn't matter to me what the scale says, because I know how hard I'm working and that I've already lost enough to prove I'm ready for surgery. Well, I'm still making progress.
And that was pretty satisfying, to watch Angie make an entire speech about how well she's doing, only to lose 9 pounds instead of 100, which isn't even 10% of the goal. But luckily, according to Angie, it's the scales that are wrong, not her. Dr. Now, however, won't stand for any excuses.
In the past 2 months, you lost almost nothing, just 9 pounds. So you want to explain to me why that is?
I'm going through a lot of changes right now. Bear with that.
Okay. You done with your liver tantrum and finished talking?
Sure.
All right. At your current rate, you're going to be dead in a year or less.
Angie goes into the apartment with such an attitude, constantly rolling her eyes at Dr. Now and being really snappy. It's clear she doesn't want to be there, and it makes you think, what's the point of even turning up? In her current position, Angie won't live longer than a year, so she really has to decide if she's committed enough. As she's moved to Houston, Dr. Now gives Angie yet another chance to lose 100 pounds over the next 2 months. And if she doesn't, she won't be able to continue the program and will have to move back to Ohio.
Dr. Now says if I stick to his diet completely, I'll lose the weight he wants me to lose. But I already was. And what I lost wasn't enough for him. So the only thing I could think of to do better is to barely eat and only eat salads and starve myself. So if I don't get approved this next time, that will mean Dr. Now is giving me a death sentence. Because without surgery, I'm not going to survive for long. And if Dr. Now can live with that on his conscience, then he's not who I thought he was. And I don't deserve this abuse.
Angie is so entitled that it genuinely makes the scene hard to watch. She thinks surgery will cure her, not realizing that she'll have to try to diet just as hard once she has the surgery too. Now, if you can remember her last appointment over the phone, Dr. Now suspected that Angie was on drugs. So while she was there, he did a toxicology test on her to see if she was telling the truth about being clean.
But some of her interaction with me have me concerned that she's under the influence of something she's not telling me about. So we're gonna do a toxicology to try and determine what's going on and if there's a trace of anything that we need to be concerned about in her system.
And 2 weeks later, Dr. Now calls Angie back to the office to discuss her results. And while she's there, she gets weighed to make sure she's still on track.
I don't know why I'm here earlier, but I'm worried it's not going to be good. It's only been 2 weeks, and I was down to 589, and I'm probably only a little less than that because I haven't been given hardly any time to lose more.
So she's gained 5 pounds, when at this point she should have lost 25. Which is a great start for Angie. And if it wasn't obvious before, it certainly is now. Angie is on drugs. She seems very fidgety, her pupils are dilated, and she's even more erratic than normal.
I'm practically starving myself to death, so there's no way I could have gained. And I'm confused how that happened.
But Dr. Now is about to go in on Angie because he's reached his limit with her constant complaining and lack of effort.
Okay, well, I think you know why you're here. First, you haven't shown much effort up to this point. Even now, you're not on track because in the 2 weeks since I saw you, if you were doing the diet, you would have lost at least 25 pounds. Instead, you gained 5 pounds in that time. So you're still not making progress.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Don't give me your tears, because in almost 9 months, me giving you every chance to do this, but then you're just giving me attitude.
I'm not making any excuses. I have nothing, but I do have something to come clean about.
You know I already know what you're going to tell me. And that's why I called you early, because we got your toxicology back. Am I right?
I don't. I don't know.
All right. Well, don't play this game where you're going to be honest with me now. The time to do that has passed because you have been keeping a number of things from me that are affecting your health significantly. To start, we can see that you're a heavy smoker and you've been hiding that from me.
I didn't tell you that because I had quit. Then I get on the road and I freak out and I
And what does that mean? You freak out and you smoke?
Yep.
Well, that alone in your condition is causing severe damage to your pulmonary system and causing other health issues for you too that are all decreasing your lifespan right now. And that's not the biggest issue because we also found narcotics. But you know that already, didn't you?
I know. I have marijuana in my system.
Don't play games with me. I know exactly what you have in your system. And it's not just that. There are multiple other narcotics we found. So don't think you can do this, coming clean game and deny the rest. So this is an extremely serious situation. You can't play games to get out of.
Because of her drug use, Doctor now knows that Angie will have absolutely no chance of losing the weight as long as she's continuing to use. Weight loss surgery is now just completely off the table, and Angie must go back to rehab if she wants to stay on the program. He gives Angie 24 hours to decide if she wants to go to rehab to save her life, and it's not really surprising that she finds yet another excuse as to why Dr. Now is wrong.
I don't even know what to say because I've never been mistreated like this in my whole life. It's extremely offensive and utterly unfair. I don't care what any of the reports say. Dr. Now is wrong. And at this point, I feel like I've been nice. And I lost weight, a lot of weight. And I don't need to put up with this anymore. So I'm done.
Throughout this entire episode, Angie has expected everyone to lose the weight for her, assuming she deserved the world despite never doing anything for anyone. She was now a terrible mother, constantly gaslighting her daughters and the rest of her family, and honestly, just abusing everyone around her. Angie finally drops out the weight loss program, which is probably to Dr. Now's delight. However, to everyone's amazement, she actually ended up losing 300 pounds in her Where Are They Now episode. From blaming her boyfriend for not losing weight and faking falling over to get her own way, Maya from season 7 might just be one of the most manipulative stars ever to feature on the show. While she secretly ate thousands of calories, Maya blamed everyone but herself for her weight gain and cried crocodile tears when she didn't get her own way. And her awful behavior is apparent right from the beginning of her episode. Maya Radnovich is a 33-year-old from Oregon, weighing in at well over 600 pounds. Her weight is such a concern that she goes to sleep every single night scared she won't wake up.
When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I thank God that my body didn't give out during the night. Because my health is so bad now, I never know when my body's gonna hit its limit.
Normal tasks are totally out of the question for Maya, as her body simply can't handle walking around with so much extra weight to carry. So she heavily relies on her boyfriend Christian to take care of her. Showering is a monumental task, leaving her so tired that she can't even dress herself afterwards.
I'm so wiped out at this point that once I get my underwear on, I have to have my boyfriend Christian, who lives with me, help me with my socks and pants. It's embarrassing to have to even ask. Christian?
Yeah.
Will you please come help me? Sorry. We're in. Thanks, honey.
You'll notice that Christian looks to be a pretty healthy weight, which makes you wonder what Maya is eating to get to her size. Well, Maya keeps a huge secret, never telling her boyfriend what or when she eats.
With Christian, he doesn't know when I go to get food because I get dressed to go out and I tell him it's for errands, but it's a lie because the only thing I'm going to do is eat. Food fulfills me in a way I can't even describe. There's nothing in my life that can even come close to matching it. And I'm worried about what Christian would think of me if he knew how much I actually ate. So I just try to hide it and go out on my own.
Not to sound harsh, but I don't think Christian would exactly be surprised if he found out what Maya was eating, considering her size. One thing I do think he would be surprised about though is the amount of money Maya will be spending to fuel her habit.
I'll go to 2, 3, 4 places, but the first meal is always the most important one because I always get what I'm craving first.
Can I get 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage muffin with egg?
$9.31 for soda, thank you.
Thank you.
There's no words for that feeling when you taste something you love.
Going to 4 to 5 fast food drive-thrus must cost at least $100, maybe even more, and Maya is doing this every single day. To make matters worse, it's not like she's going and getting one meal from each place, she's getting several. So she's getting over an entire week's worth of food in a single day, all while Christian is none the wiser. As soon as the first meal is consumed, Maya is immediately on the hunt for the next one. Food addiction works the same way as drugs or alcohol. You're just constantly chasing that next high, searching for the next hit, hoping that it's better than the last. While drugs are illegal, food is cheap in comparison and easily accessible. But food is so much more difficult to quit than drugs, because you can't just stop eating food cold turkey. You have to change your entire mindset and lifestyle and realize that if you want to make a change for good, you will never be able to eat that way again. That's why most people on the show don't end up losing any weight, because they just can't accept that they have to give it up and they won't be able to eat what they want anymore. And food has always been a central focus of Maya's life, as her Serbian heritage places such a high value on food, as her mother Anna explains.
Our culture basically, to show love, is to have a lot of food on hand. And if a child wanted to eat, you gave them a piece of food or a piece of meat or a piece of sausage.
Growing up, Maya's favourite times would be surrounded by her family having huge meals with lots of food. Maya struggled to have a good relationship with Anna, as after she and her dad divorced, Anna had to work 2 jobs just to survive. This means that Anna rarely had time to spend with her daughter, so Maya would eat food out of comfort. By the time Maya was 5, she already weighed over 100 pounds, over double the average weight of a 5-year-old. Being this weight at such a young age is not just problematic in terms of health, but also because of the relationship Maya will develop with food. Creating the habit that you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want, is harmful, especially at such a young age. And it's clear that Maya has grown up with this negative habit, causing her to be in the dangerous situation she's in now. Not to mention how this impacts her ability to deal with her emotional issues, as food is her only source of comfort. And things only got worse for Maya when her dad remarried.
My dad remarried and they proceeded to have 2 children together, and they were the ideal family. They all were thin and beautiful and perfect, but they never included me in a single family photo. So I knew what that meant. My father was embarrassed by me, but I didn't have to deal with that for too long because he got sick of having to drive 3 hours to pick me up for my weekends with him. So he decided he wasn't doing it anymore. So my father stopped being a big part of my life then.
Maya's parents' attitude towards her caused her to develop a deep sense of shame, as she felt completely different to them and the rest of the family because of her size. This self-destructive cycle of eating causes Maya to put on over 75 pounds within just 3 years. When Maya's mother remarried, her stepdad was pretty nice to her, but tried to make her feel better through food, which of course only fueled her weight gain. This went on until Maya was 14, where she weighed nearly 300 pounds. After leaving high school and working at several different fast food restaurants, Maya was free to indulge in unhealthy food, hitting 500 pounds by the time she was just 24 years old. Despite her weight when she was in her mid-20s, Maya could still partake in regular activities and even dated people. After meeting her boyfriend and falling in love, the couple planned to get married, but what should have been a happy life event became an upsetting ordeal. Maya couldn't fit into any wedding dress and realized because of her weight, it was unlikely she could have kids. After being engaged for over 4 years, Maya's fiance realized that he didn't want to be with someone that couldn't have children. So he decided to end the relationship, leaving Maya devastated. This breakup fueled her eating habits even more, as she was depressed and felt incredibly lonely. During this time, Maya rekindled her relationship with her mother and decided to get back out into the dating scene, eventually meeting her now boyfriend Christian.
Shortly after we started dating, he offered for me to move in with him. So I did, and my relationship with him has been great. My weight never bothered him. He says it's not a big deal to him, but sometimes I feel like it is. Since I've been with him, my health has just gotten worse and worse. And I feel awful because it seems like Christian immediately had to become my caretaker in a number of ways. I just can't do a lot. It's hard. He really wants children, and I can't give him children because of my size and weight.
As Maya and Christian are very serious about their relationship, they want to take things to the next step and start a family. But as Maya's weight prevents this, she's decided to see a doctor now to begin her weight loss journey. But the couple haven't even left the house yet, and tensions are already high.
Christian and I are headed to Houston today, but we're both really nervous about this whole trip. So we've been fighting for most of the morning.
Oh my gosh, my leg is so swollen right now, Christian. Do you think they have like urgent care and stuff down there I can go to?
Maybe. I'll take a look online to see if it's a third world country.
I'm getting really stressed out, Christian. Don't need your attitude.
I don't give a...
I don't feel like he's even trying to understand how high my anxiety is. My mind is just racing about all the things that could go wrong.
Oh, you know one thing I'm worried about? Those damn bed bugs. One of my friends recently went on a trip, and when she came back, she had them. Normal people can get them.
Well, if we find any, I'll call the FBI.
Christian, stop.
I don't feel like he's taking any of this seriously at all. I'm just trying to keep as calm as I can and work up the courage to do this. So a little help would go a long way right now.
It's definitely a tense morning for the couple, especially as Maya starts to lose patience with Christian. From how he's acting, I honestly think he hates Maya, as he looks at her with just complete disgust.
I need my phone, please.
Where's your phone?
In my purse. I need to check my flight.
Where's your purse?
Christian? Really?
I don't know where your purse...
Get off your phone.
I don't know where your purse
Be
is.
a part of this.
Where the is your purse? Your
It's
purse
right
is
next to you. I left it right next to you.
Your purse is not right here. Here.
The way that Maya snatches her bag from Christian and totally glares at him is pretty disturbing, and honestly, he really doesn't deserve that. Now, Dr. Now's office is a 33-hour drive away from Maya's hometown, making the drive impossible with her size. So they made the decision to take a 4-hour flight across the country, but this is less than ideal for someone of Maya's size.
I've been on this plane for almost 4 hours, and I'm in a lot of pain. Walking through the whole airport took almost all my energy. And I haven't been able to relax or get any rest on the plane because of how cramped and uncomfortable this is. I just hope we land soon and it doesn't take too long to get off.
But after the flight, Maya runs into a spot of trouble when looking for a place to rest.
If you need to sit down, let's sit down.
Just give me a second. Chairs don't move.
Holy, they don't.
I found one. It's small, but I don't care.
Oh, my hip. Oh, it hurts so bad.
Let's take a break.
I hurt. I'm hurting. My legs hurt. They're so swollen. And my hip is out.
Just take a minute.
This is upsetting me that I'm not being able to do what I want to do. Like, just walk to the damn thing and get my stuff and go on with my life.
That's a big airport, Maya. Somewhere new, it's big. It's a lot.
All right.
Not being able to find a seat that's big enough for Maya to fit on must be embarrassing, and there's no doubt she's uncomfortable after such a long flight.
This is so much more walking than I even realized I was gonna have to do. And how far everything is really frustrating because I called both the airports before I left and asked them about how far everything was and how much walking there was.
So, and I'm upset right now because my legs hurt and the lady lied to me about how far it was because I would have made other arrangements for me to get here if I knew how far it was. I understand that I'm a big person, but it doesn't give people the right to lie to me. I need to go get a car.
I just need to get all this over with. If I could just make it to get the car, it should be easier from there.
Maya is clearly irritable with Christian, even though he's doing everything he can to help her. She even blames the airport staff for not warning her of the distance between the terminal and the baggage claim, which is just completely insane. Her selfish nature is really starting to come out here, and I'm sure that we'll see much more of this as time goes on. Things only escalate as Maya finds out that the car rental company doesn't have any available SUVs, something she requires as she struggles to fit in a regular sized car. She doesn't act like a normal person either, and she basically throws a fit for not getting what she wants.
It says go in and go down the stairs. Yeah. Good, how are you? Yeah, I have one. Radonovich?
For a large SUV? I can't believe this. They don't have the right car reserved for us. This is completely ridiculous. I literally cannot believe how much wrong information has been given to me about today and how so many people can screw up. We had a large SUV reserved, and they say all they can give us is a regular sized car. But it's not an issue about what I want. I may not even be able to fit if it's too small. Ow.
Are you gonna fit?
Oh, Christian. No, I can't get up.
Okay, hold on. Don't stress. Worst thing you can do is freak out.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Please.
Come on.
Hang on. Help me.
What?
Please. Oh, I can't. Hang on. I can't. I have to go down. I can't. Let go.
Okay.
My leg got stuck.
This is everything I feared. If I can't get up, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
First of all, Maya clearly fell over on purpose to prove a point. Christian was literally standing next to her and she fell over anyway. Thus, she was being totally dramatic. She doesn't know what she will do now that she's fallen over. I know this might sound crazy, but maybe she can get a few people to help her up.
How am I gonna get up?
Use the car.
I'm so scared right now, but I don't want to have to call for help and have to get the fire department here. So I just hope I can get up.
Christian,
Yeah, what do you need?
please. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are you crying?
Because that feels really hard and embarrassing. You don't know how embarrassing that was.
I'm sorry.
I need to go in there and make a scene.
Don't make a scene.
The funny thing is, Maya got up from the fall really easily and barely needed any help at all. She's totally going out of her way to make this an issue. And while I understand she booked an SUV because she can't fit in a normal car, there's a way to go about things and treat people with respect, which Maya clearly isn't doing, especially as she's about to make a scene on purpose. I'm not the only one who sees it this way either, as there's an entire post on Reddit dedicated to how fake the fall was with the rental car.
This isn't acceptable at all for them to do this to me. I have to have something I can fit in or we're gonna have a big problem. I'm already completely worn out. And if I have to do this much longer, I'm gonna pass out. This has turned out to be the worst day ever. And I just want it to be over with now.
That is the wrong kind of car. I rented a large SUV because I need something large.
We need something bigger seat-wise. Like a Jeep.
You guys need to get us something else.
When Maya goes back in to complain about the car she was given, the staff are very sympathetic and offer her what looks like a Jeep SUV. All while Maya is crying without shedding a real tear and being rude to the staff. She's clearly so entitled that nothing is her fault and thinks that she doesn't have to treat people with respect. The entire time that Maya is kicking off, Christian keeps to himself and doesn't really get involved. He's clearly embarrassed of her, even making the excuse of going to the toilet because he just doesn't want to be there. The next day, after some much needed rest, Maya and Christian finally get to see Dr. Now, and Maya is feeling really nervous for her first weigh-in, as it's been years since she stepped foot on the scales. She guesses that she's in the 600s mark, and her estimate is pretty accurate, as she weighs in at 689 pounds, almost 700 pounds.
It's really embarrassing to see a number like that and to know it's my actual weight. And to realize just how out of control I let my weight get, and how much further away I am from being where I need to be. So I feel awful right now, and like such a failure. And I know I desperately need help because my body can't take it getting any worse.
Obviously, Dr. Now's first question to Maya is, what have you been eating? And this is a really difficult question for Maya, as if you remember from earlier, she keeps her drive-through habits a secret.
So what does your eating habit look like?
2 to 3 large meals a day.
And any snack in between?
No.
What do you drink?
Water, juice, coffee.
So according to what you tell me, you don't snack, you don't eat junk food, you don't really drink anything bad, you just overeat some, and somehow that got you up to being almost 700 pounds. Does that sound like it makes much sense to you? Because it's not making much sense to me. So part of the problem is that you're used to lying about your eating habits. But the scale doesn't lie, so you shouldn't either. This isn't gonna work if you're not honest with me. Got it?
Okay.
It's actually crazy how Dr. Now is able to see through patients' lies straight away, forcing Maya to confront and admit to her bad habits. The first step of overcoming any addiction is always the hardest, because you have to admit that you've got a problem. This is especially difficult for Maya, as she will have to own up and tell Christian about her fast food habit, something she's incredibly ashamed about. Now, Dr. Now puts Maya on a 1200 calorie a day diet, which means she should be able to lose at least 100 pounds over 2 months. Now, finding low calorie meals to fit weight loss goals is really difficult, and that's why I created the Fat Loss Kitchen cookbook, curated with meals specifically designed for weight loss and high in protein. The cookbook has been endorsed by the likes of Shaun of Steel, who's lost significant amounts of weight himself. You can try the cookbook for yourself or visit the link in my bio visiting fatlosskitchen.com. Remember to sign up to our newsletter, as it's completely free and we send you healthy meals every single Friday. Use code Craig at checkout for your coupon to get 15% off. Thank you for the support, and let's get back to Maya. When asked if she thinks she can lose the weight, Maya just replies that she will try her best. This situation really is life or death for Maya, as without serious intervention, she only has a life expectancy of around 2 to 3 years because of her health conditions associated with the weight. Christian is really supportive of Maya and really interested in the weight loss program himself.
What's the most weight you've seen someone lose on a 1200 calorie in 1 month?
120 pounds.
Really? In 1 month?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wow. No way about that. That's crazy. Yeah.
So 100 pounds in 2 months should be no problem for you, man. You can lose that.
Will there be a shock to her system? Like just immediately I'd say she just immediately goes in 1200 calorie.
The system is pushed to the limit, and we're gonna take a load off of it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I get it. Yeah.
It's
I understand. Yeah.
So stick with this diet, Maya, and I will see you both soon.
Despite his interest and support of Maya, it obviously doesn't think Maya will be able to lose the weight, probably because it's such a massive number, but also because he knows her obsession with food runs so deep. A few weeks into her weight loss program, when she's back in Oregon, Maya starts going to the gym to exercise with a group of her friends.
Not just to do something active like this, but to be doing it in public. I think it just goes to show how determined I am and how far I've already come.
One more, Maya. Let's do it. And 10. Good job. Good.
That was great. This isn't as bad as I saw it in my head. It's encouraging to feel like I can do things like a normal person and to see my hard work paying off.
But, like you'd expect, it doesn't really last very long, as after just a few minutes, Maya has a dramatic episode and needs a break.
My heart's really racing. Where should I sit? Yeah, because I'm feeling not so good.
Okay, let's go.
I need to sit down. I feel really dizzy. I think I went too far because it feels like it was too much. I think I'm gonna pass out. This is really discouraging now. I was so optimistic, and I'm scared I did something to myself because I'm having trouble breathing and my head is killing me. I just wanted to work my hardest because I only have a month left until I see Dr. Now again. And I'm really hoping I didn't seriously hurt myself today.
It's seriously crazy how dramatic Maya is. The feeling that she has right now of her heart racing is literally just because she's exercised. I think it just goes to show how little she's pushed herself all her life, likely never exercising for more than just a few minutes. The feeling is so unfamiliar to her that she feels like she's dying, when in reality, she's finally moving her body in a way she needs to actually lose some weight. After her one and only gym session, Maya is back in Houston to see Dr. Now, hoping that her hard work has paid off. And despite her lack of physical exercise, she really did stick to her diet.
At my last appointment, my weight was 689. And Dr. Now told me I had to lose 100 pounds over the next 2 months. So if I did that, I'll be at least down to 589 today. But it's been a long time since I've been in the 500s. That's amazing. I'm in disbelief that I actually did it. I know it's not exactly 100 pounds, but losing that amount has to be enough for Dr. Now to see how committed I am. So I'm really excited right now.
Despite Maya's incredible loss of 93 pounds, Christian appears totally unfazed and disinterested. At this point, I wonder why the couple's even together, as it's clear they don't even really care about each other. Dr. Now's very impressed, especially as normally it takes several months for patients of his to actually start losing weight. Because of her great first start, Doctor approves her for weight loss surgery straight away. But for that to go ahead, Maya needs to relocate to Houston with Christian, as his attitude is totally uninterested suggested, Dr. Now has some reasonable concerns about this.
I'm getting the impression that he thought Maya would fail, and he wasn't expecting her to make it to this point. And if that turns out to be the case, then Maya's situation and her move down may get more complicated. But hopefully there'll be no issues, and Maya will be able to stay on track.
Preparing for the move down to Houston, Anna wants to say goodbye to Maya, but yet again, Maya throws a fit when things don't go exactly the way she wants them to go.
I don't think I want to stay till the end because then I'll be a blubbering fool.
We're almost done.
Honey, you still got stuff in the house, and that's going to take a while, so I wanted to say my goodbyes now.
I cannot accept them right now. I am busy. I hate doing multiple things. I mean, I have to focus on this, and you're doing this now.
Yes, I'm doing it now because that way you're not going to cry, and you're going to be okay, and you're going to get the best help, and I will see you in a few months, and you're going to be okay.
Nema,
Stop.
I can't do this right now, Mom.
Okay,
I
it's
really
all right.
can't.
I'm leaving.
Because I want you to, she can't leave. This is not the plan. We didn't plan this,
Maya,
Mom.
it doesn't, not
this
everything
is not
has
the time.
to be planned. Life
We're
is not
doing
planned.
this now.
Life is not planned. Things
Mom,
happen.
Stop
You were
talking.
planned.
Just stop talking.
You know, this is why we have family fights. It's because of you. You won't change. You're the one making it tough.
No, you are. You're always saying that you have to work and it's about money.
Do
Mom,
you need
can't
money?
just wait 5 minutes for us to get this done?
Maya. No, I gotta go back to work. It's time to go to work. You'll be okay. Be a big girl.
Okay.
You're gonna be my big girl. Okay. Christian, it's an adventure that you're gonna be on.
Yep.
Thank you so much for taking care of Maya.
Yep.
Time to go to work. I got both jobs today.
All right.
So,
All right, bye, Mom.
bye, honey.
She is so stubborn that if anyone deviates from the plan she's made in her head, she immediately gets irritable and starts lashing out on people. All Anna wanted to do was say goodbye to Maya 5 minutes earlier than planned, and this is enough for Maya to start kicking off and shouting. I mentioned earlier that driving to Houston would take 33 hours, and as Maya and Christian had to move all of their belongings with them, they had to drive the entire way. With stops to sleep and rest, the entire trip took 3 days. And without the ability to make healthy food on the road, it's obvious what Maya would have been eating.
But after this trip, I'm a little concerned because it was really hard to stick to my diet while traveling. And I ate a lot of fast food I shouldn't have. It was already getting harder, but the fight with my mom right before I left was not what I needed before doing something as stressful and scary as moving to a whole other city halfway across the country. And to make it all even worse, me and Christian have been fighting a lot. The whole way down, practically. I don't think he's being very supportive, and he keeps making comments about every little thing. But right now, my plan is to get settled into our new apartment.
A month or so later, Maya and Christian are settled into the new apartment in Houston. But with the stress of the move, Maya's argument with her mother, as well as the fighting with Christian, has caused Maya to struggle with the weight loss.
Christian and I are headed to see Dr. Now at his clinic. After struggling with the diet some, my plan was to try and work really hard for a few weeks to lose as much as I could, but it hasn't gone exactly as I hoped. It's just been a lot harder. Me and Christian have been fighting a lot. He's not happy here, and I don't understand why he can't focus on why we're doing this and support me like I need right now. But he finally told me the truth. He never thought I would make it this far and we'd have to be down here for a year.
Christian's revelation isn't surprising, as we all knew he never thought Maya could do it on her own. I honestly find this really confusing, like why wouldn't Christian want her to lose the weight so they could do normal things as a couple? He clearly doesn't really feel anything for her, and I wonder why they're even together. Now in a phone call checkup with Dr. Now, Maya admitted that she hadn't been sticking to the diet. This made Dr. Now book in an emergency appointment with Maya, asking that she come to the hospital as soon as possible so he could check her weight. As the weight loss surgery is already scheduled, Maya has to stay on track with her diet, as she needs to get down as fast as possible so the surgery could go ahead smoothly.
At my last doctor's visit, I lost 93 pounds in 2 months to get down to 596. And when Dr. Now approved me for surgery, he just told me that I needed to keep making good progress, but he didn't give me a goal. So I really hope I've done that, but I am so scared to find out. At least it's a loss, but it's not anywhere near what I was doing. So I don't know if this is going to be enough for Dr. Now or not.
After only losing 9 pounds over the last month, Maya has really set herself behind, especially as she was supposed to get her weight loss surgery soon. She explains that her tiny loss is due to the stress of moving and fighting with Christian, but Dr. Now is completely unsympathetic towards this.
Well, I understand things are hard, but if you use that as an excuse to overeat, then you're never gonna lose weight because life gets hard. So as sympathetic as I am to that, it's still no excuse. So at this time, I'm canceling your weight loss surgery. But if you want to show me that you're not going to make any more excuses and you're ready to work hard again, then I want you to lose 50 pounds over the next month.
Okay.
If you do that, I'll approve you again and we will move ahead. But at this point, with how you justify your lack of progress, you're no longer in a good place to do that. You're going to keep working to change that?
Yes.
Dr. Now cancelling her weight loss surgery is a massive blow, especially as they have already relocated to Houston. But even more shocking than that is Christian's attitude to Dr. Now when asked if he is supportive of Maya's weight loss goal.
I hope you're getting all the support you need from Christian. How about it? Are you there for her, Christian?
He's here.
I'd rather hear it from him. You don't want to answer my question, huh? All right, it looks like you both have a lot to figure out if you're gonna get back on track, Maya. And I suggest you two take this far more seriously, because you are at the crossroads, and how you handle it all right now will determine the course of the rest of your life. All right, I hope to see you both in a month. And 50 pounds lighter, Maya.
The fact that Christian straight up ignores Dr. Now is concerning and just rude. It shows he doesn't really care about Maya at all and doesn't support her weight loss. The main requirement that patients need after having the surgery is a strong support system, as the procedure is major surgery and they need someone who can take care of them, including things like personal care and making meals. If Christian can't do this for Maya, then she will undoubtedly fail. Tensions only rise between the couple after they hear the bad news, resulting in one of the wildest outbursts on the show that I've covered to date.
I have to lose more weight now. And now I have a whole nother month of I have to do.
This is your fault.
Oh, you haven't lost that much. Yeah.
Because of the stress of you treating me like this.
I'm about to melt down.
Doctor Now asked you a simple question.
I've answered questions in the past. I can take a day off.
I hate you. I hate you for doing this to me, Christian. Why can't you just answer the questions?
Oh, you're costing me my weight loss surgery and you're ruining everything.
Damn it, Christian, stop. Stop.
I'll answer questions on another day, but I just
No.
I have the right to
No, you do not have the right when it comes to my life. Mom, Christian's everything up at the doctor's office.
I'm gonna stop out.
No, Mom, Mom, he's with my life. Yes, Mom, yes. Here, my mom wants to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you.
Talk to my mom, Christian, please.
No.
Please talk to my mom. Look, Christian, Mom, put it on, it's on speakerphone. Do not hang up on my mom.
I don't see why we're having issues now. I know you've gone way above and beyond, and I know living with Maya, I'm sure it's not easy. But if you could just cooperate a little bit longer, I don't see how it's going to hurt you, and it will benefit her. And as a person, wouldn't you help somebody on the street?
Nope. Nobody helped me when I was on the street. You gotta do it on your own.
I understand if you don't want to continue with the relationship, but if you could just get her through until she has her surgery date.
No. This is quite nice.
It's your fault. You've done this, Christian. Nobody else.
Maya, you need to be quiet.
You know what? Whatever.
I can't believe you're doing that to me, Christian!
Maya's behaviour here has me feeling all sorts of ways. She's selfish, controlling, spoiled, and even just pretty crazy. Instead of speaking to Christian like a normal person, she calls her own mother and gets her to tell him off. And it makes you wonder, is she 33 or 13? And even regarding her weight loss, I don't understand why she blames Christian for this. She's the one who ate it at the end of the day, not him. Now, while I don't really like Christian, I think Maya is being really abusive here. The way that she speaks to him, blocks the door so he can leave, and blames him for her own shortcomings are all typical abuser traits. And I think if this was flipped the other way around, it would be a lot more obvious. And I'm not the only one who thinks this way either. As one Redditor puts, how Christian lasted that long, I do not know. Did you guys notice her immediately jump up like she was going to block him? Can you imagine what she does to him off camera? The situation reaches a boiling point when Christian suddenly leaves Maya, dumping her over text.
I'm in total shock right now. I was on my way to the grocery store and I got a text from Christian that just said he was leaving and his mom got him a bus ticket back and he's leaving tomorrow morning. So I just want to see him and talk to him. I don't know why he's doing this and tearing down everything we've been working hard for. I know we've been fighting a lot, but I never thought he'd go as far as abandon me. So I don't see how he could be serious or how he would be willing to ruin everything at this point. And I'm just trying not to freak out, but I'm completely heartbroken and devastated. It was not part of our plan. I don't know why he's chosen to do this, but I'm still hoping that if we could just talk, we could work this out.
When Maya rushes home to speak to him, he literally just ignores her, not even looking up when she walks in or takes his headphones out.
So you text me that you're leaving tomorrow.
Yes, I'm leaving tomorrow. I got the ticket.
And why are you choosing to leave before I got the surgery date, 2 weeks before rent's due, before any of my family members are here, and you're abandoning me? Why are you choosing to do all of that right now?
What's crazy about the situation is that Maya's first question is why he's leaving her before the surgery. She doesn't even ask about how he feels or anything to do with the actual relationship, really. It's obvious that Maya is just using him as her personal weight loss assistant, and Christian just can't take it anymore. But I don't think Christian is a good person or a good boyfriend. He doesn't deserve to be with someone who shouts at him all the time and borderline abuses him. He sat back for so long letting Maya walk all over him, and now he's done.
Is your stuff packed?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing this?
Yep.
Why didn't you tell me?
I did.
No, you didn't. You told me in a text message when I was gone from the house. Why did you not tell me, like, before? Christian, please pay attention to our conversation. Christian, so we're gonna talk?
Not really.
You don't have that option. You don't have that luxury. This is part of our life.
Actually, I do.
No, you don't, Christian.
Yeah, I do.
Christian, stop. Christian, please. Christian, you owe me an explanation of what's going on.
Christian's lack of response shows just how done with the situation he is, sick of Maya constantly baiting him for a reaction. Since Christian has left, Maya's life has taken a turn for the worse.
It's been a month since Christian left, and I've been trying to pick up the pieces of my life since then. I have not come to terms yet with the situation. It's still very fresh, and I have not been following my diet. It's just been too much for me, and I haven't been able to do it. At this point, it's been 2 months since I saw Dr. Now, but I'm not looking forward to getting on the scale and hearing what Dr. Now is gonna say.
Maya hasn't been sticking to the diet, which means she likely won't be able to qualify for the surgery. And to make matters worse, since Christian left, she has no one to help her recover from the surgery, even if she does end up being able to get it.
My aunt said she's trying to come down, but I'm worried if he finds out, he'll say I can't do the program without support. I've given up everything to do this, so I can't lose this chance.
I really don't know what Maya means when she says she has given up everything to do this. Yes, she's moved down to Houston, but what else has she really given up? She hasn't even given up food.
At my last appointment, I was at 587, and Dr. Now wanted me to lose 50 pounds over the next month, but it's been 2 months, so I'm not sure if that means he's expecting me to lose double that. But if it's just the 50 pounds, it would mean I would need to be at 537, but I doubt I did that. I figured I was gaining again.
Gaining 5 pounds instead of losing 100 pounds is a pretty sorry effort, and it's obvious she hasn't been sticking to the diet, and Dr. Now isn't as sympathetic as she might have hoped.
So how are you doing now?
Not very well.
Okay, so I take it you're still using food to go?
Well, I wanted to feel better, so I went to sushi, and I went to pizza, and I went to pasta.
So did food fix your situation?
No.
So what's the point going back to what you know is hurting you when you have an opportunity to turn your life around?
there was none.
I know it's not easy to just say no to your old habits, but you do have other options every single time to make a choice not to give in. You can call us if you need our help, and we'll give it to you.
Okay.
You also have an option to make a choice that doesn't damage your health. So none of this is an acceptable excuse.
I'm sorry. But I'm just so stupid.
And just as you'd expect, Maya starts crying again with no actual tears. She obviously just does not care, which is just such a shame because she started out so well at the start of the episode. She lost almost 100 pounds in 2 months after her appointment, but since then, everything just went downhill. Despite her lack of effort this time around, Doctor Now offers her a last-ditch attempt to lose 50 pounds in the next month and to start therapy to work through her emotional eating habits. If she fails at either, she will be removed from the program and only be allowed to restart if she loses a large amount of weight. As Maya does still want to be in the program, she agrees to see the therapist and attends her first appointment, delving into some of the issues she was having with Christian.
So Maya, what did you feel like in the instant when Christian made the decision to leave you?
I felt annihilated and crushed that somebody I love would abandon me like that. And it did lead me to be depressed, and I did feed my depression with food. And then when I had a doctor's appointment, I gained weight.
So Maya, it sounds like I'm hearing you say that following Christian's exit, you mindfully and willfully decided that you would engage in a binge.
It's interesting how the therapist reminds Maya that she has the power over her own choices, and while she turned to food for comfort, she still does this on her own free will and needs to face the consequences of her actions.
So Maya, I'm interested to know, how would you describe your behavior in adult relationships?
There's a lot of moments where I'm not proud of the fact that I can be verbally abusive. And that stems, I guess, from my childhood.
So Maya, when you were a child, how treated?
That's a lot.
Maya admitting that she can be verbally abusive plays a big role here, as when she argued with Christian over him leaving, she never once reflected on this and thought it could be the reason why he left her. She's so focused on the fact that she feels abandoned that she never gave any thought onto how Christian would be feeling, showing just how selfish she really is. After the therapy session, Maya basically gives up and says that she's not in the best place to continue with any sort of weight loss program. So instead, she tries to add meaning to her life by doing volunteering work.
The first big step I'm taking is doing volunteer work.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm thrilled to have you here.
Yeah.
You brought prizes. That's awesome. The kids love them. The prize basket's over here, and we can just kind of toss them in there.
The biggest thing Lila said that resonated with me is owing it to myself to listen to my heart about how I've always wanted to go do things that give back to the community I'm in. Lila said I can find peace by looking outside myself and doing stuff for others, and I want to do that.
I'd love to help blow up balloons and tie them.
Go for it. Here's Miss Trish.
Okay. Hi, Trish. I'm Maya. Nice to meet you.
So I've been volunteering to help out at a lot of things in my area. And today I'm going to help a group that throws birthday parties for kids who are homeless. And I'm really excited about that. Because when I see other people's struggles, not only do mine feel smaller, but I also realize that I'm not as alone as I feel.
It's nice to see she's doing something other than sitting at home, I guess, but going to the volunteering place and blowing up some balloons isn't exactly radical, and a Reddit user makes a great point on this. I got a very spoiled vibe off her. Everything is everyone else's fault. She liked to blame her mother for working, but in reality, someone needed to put food on the table. Plus, blowing up 15 balloons on volunteer work made me eye roll so hard. Despite not losing enough weight for surgery on the show, Maya eventually qualified for it a few years later after her episode aired. She showcased her new appearance on Instagram where she looks significantly lighter. And while she's likely still not below 200 pounds to be considered a healthy weight, she does seem to be living a nice lifestyle from what we can see on Instagram. It's not surprising that Maya didn't go very far on the show, as she was so selfish that she couldn't take responsibility for her actions, and behaved awfully to everyone around her. Now, we can only hope that after the show aired, Maya changed her ways and will continue to lose more weight to limit its impact on her health. If you want to see some people who did make a change and made some completely unrecognizable transformations after the show aired, click the video that's on your screen now. Make sure you visit fatlostkitchen.com to get your copy of my cookbook. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you in the next one.